Well, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Hello, hello, hello. We want to welcome each and every one of you to this edition. Um, welcome and welcome. Welcome to the show today. Today's July 4th. Happy July 4th to each and every one of you. Welcome to the show. I want to welcome each and every one of you to today's edition. Today we will be playing host to Martin Kollah. I hope I'm pronouncing his name well. Martin C. Kollah, who is the current chairman, not chairman, Secretary General of the Liberty Party. We will be playing host to him today as our guest. He will be on very shortly. We have spoken and he will be on as our guest for today. But we want to welcome each and every one of you to the show. Welcome and welcome. Um, please don't. Today I'm in a total different location. Um, but I will not disclose my location. So I'm in a total different location. But let's share the show, guys. Welcome as you are coming on to this July 4th. Happy Independence to the United States of America. Um, July 4th. Happy Independence. We want to welcome each and every one of you from Liberia, those of you from Asia, those of you from the US, especially those watching us from Liberia, those who are following us. Welcome. Welcome and welcome. Welcome to each and every one of you. Let's share the show, guys, please. Uh, let's share the show. Let's share the show. Let's invite other people, please. Share the show. Martin will be here. We're going to be talking about a lot of different things today. Um, share the show. uh, share the show. Each and every one of you, please. I want to welcome you. Just before we go to the musical break, we'd like to refer and reference the Liberian people as the most important people on earth, as always. Uh, I want to reference the Liberian women as the most beautiful women on earth. Um, welcome to the show. Today is I don't want to say a special edition. Today is one of the days we air. I mean, so come on now. Today's a regular day, is a regular show. But it's July 4th. I heard a lot of eatings going on around the country. A lot of people be eating. Um, a lot of food, a lot of barbecue for every part of the country. To those of you in Liberia who have not seen us on the side, July 4th, we're setting for your July 26th coming. Let me hear fun from you. Yo, no. Let me hear. Let me hear. Let me hear. Yo, no. ASA, you get traffic. Let me hear. July 4th, I see you all on Facebook. Happy July 4th, happy July 4th. You ain't say, you ain't make me say, oh, where you send wave, where your cash app, where your zeal, you know, what bank you weigh, so we can drop you something. Even if that small labor they say, just drop it. You ain't doing it. But y'all get the guts and the audacity. July 26th to ask us, y'all, we inside. They get on back. A fire for fire. Let me tell you, a fire for fire. We not even on our level with y'all. Yeah. The money on back before the show start on back. We just vest. We in the diaspora. We vest. You take away citizenship for the draft something for all July 4th again that war. But then was 22nd here want to draft something. Nobody's stupid yet. We inside. You better start asking for no cash app. When Seku come later on, Seku dropping the cash app, the Zelle, the bank account, everything dropping it. Don't post on the inside. You'll be there. Your thing was stupid. Nobody's stupid here. Nobody's stupid here, my people. Y'all will drive something this time. Fire for fire. By fire by force, y'all will drive something. We looking at your upside down now. It's not so you're July 27 by. Y'all go damn Buka with our president. Y'all will go damn Buka and be hungry. Fine, we're not send for you. We'll mobilize. Your taste citizenship for all. Y'all get traffic doing what? Wow. Anyway, I know this someone aboard there. They message before God will touch the heart before the day end will drive something for. I know some of my men. I know one of my I think I'm a former teammate, former high school mate as well, Frank George. Frank, I know you drive something for all. I just waiting now for it. My cash are working. Yeah, my cash are working. So I'm begging you, my people. Y'all do something. Y'all don't be all shame. We not boast to the American people in here now that our president who bow home will make it happen for all. We ourselves will not have barbecue now. So the barbecue been here and a certain group of people will have it, will not have it. Y'all will not drive something for all. Eh. But anyways, we want to welcome each and every one of you, please. Yeah. Emmanuel Moluba, nobody's stupid here, man. They manage their things, Sonny. We're not inside with them. They got to drop something for us. But seriously, guys, let's share the show. Happy July 4th. Happy July 4th to all of you. Happy July 4th to all of you. Please share the show. Please share the show with your contacts, your friends. Invite someone. Today we are in a serious national conversation with Martin Kollah. He will be on very, very soon. The Secretary General. Sekou will be joining us. I know Telvi will more likely be joining us at some point. If not, we'll see. The shirt I'm wearing, it was Telvi who made a shirt for me. As you can see the logo here. Sekou will be general, but I'm on a July 4th here. What happened now? Nobody's stupid yet. We can wear July 4th shirt and too. Sekou, I don't want Sekou to see us. Let me talk in low tone. Gentlemen, ladies, that is secret there. Sekou count your own thing. Telvi made a share for me. Yeah, with the Librarian Association logo on it here. So if you want to customize anything, any share, anything, or anything, whether that water bottle, whatever it is, contact Telvi. Her name on Facebook at Telvina Co. She can make it in it. She made a share for me. As soon as I'm bluffing this share on July 4th. This share, I'm taking it all. I will sleep in a share. I will eat my barbecue in a share. Everything I will do it. And I will bluff Sekou in a share. Y'all don't tell him when you come on the show. Sekou will be on the show very soon. You're not telling the secret I will talk about. You're not telling him. He know about it. So yes. But yes, guys, welcome to the show. Welcome. We have some very interesting things to talk about here. We'll be recognizing you momentarily. Please share the show. If you don't write, we'll not know. We'll not know that you're here. So please share the show, and share the show. In other news, let me give you other news really, really quick. Oh, Mr. Karen, welcome to the show. What is going on? You're on mute, though. You're muted.
Yeah, everything is good. I was spying and listening to you.
Oh,
So the whatever click you and tell you on, I already found out. So my own share coming.
no, that's slip a tongue. That's slip a tongue.
My own share coming. If I can,
That's slip a tongue.
and I can man.
But Mr. Kane, how are you? I know the July 4th just started on our end here in Arizona because it's 11:17 a.m. And we should be speaking to Martin Kollah here very, very soon. I know we had a very busy weekend, but just before we get into recognizing one or two people and getting to the musical, while we're waiting to share the show, what is your expectation today with Mr. Kollah? What is the expectation? What do you expect?
Well, I expect a great conversation, and I expect truthful conversation because it has been uh, clarified that he's one of those honest um, political actors there in Liberia.
Hmm.
And for what I've seen so far during the course of the political maneuvering in Liberia, I think he has stuck to what he believes, and that is something that I admire of anybody, regardless of your association or relationship with people. But if you can uphold the truth and nothing but the truth, that speaks volume of who you are, and it makes people to really trust you. And I think it's a good thing. So I expect a very good conversation with Martin Kollah. Hopefully, we'll get some breaking news today
You
because
think so?
we had some breaking news. When was it when the prof was on yesterday? We got a lot of breaking news.
Oh yeah.
Even though we did not highlight all the breaking news, we try to give a pass on some of them, but we took note. Yeah, so hopefully we might get some breaking news today with this conversation because I know being the custodian of all documents for the Liberty Party and being aware of all the political rigmarole within the Liberian political setting,
Hmm.
this gentleman, I'm very sure he's not bankrupt with information to share with us, and also his level of understanding of Liberian politics will also give him some leverage in analyzing the post elections in Lofa County. So I believe the gentleman is very good. But again, politicians, you can never trust them. Sometimes they can see the truth, they refuse to answer it because for political expediency. But again, I expect a very good conversation,
Okay.
and I'm looking forward to it.
You expect a very good conversation. Well, we look forward to a lot of things. Um, we look forward to a lot of things today, like you said. There could be breaking news or not. A lot of things happened yesterday. People were not just paying attention, but at some point we get the opportunity to catalog some of these things and replay them and repeat them. Um, but I think it was an interesting weekend, and the week is starting very interestingly. That's something that we have to, Mr. Kane, I think I sent you something for the July 4th. So I don't know um, if you got anything for me there. But I think I sent you something for the July 4th. But let's share the show, guys. Let's recognize one or two people. We'll go straight to the musical break. Once we come back, hopefully we can get. By then, Martin would have been here. We are still awaiting our guest. He's on his way. He did tell us he was on his way to be part of the show. Like I said, today I'm in a different location. And for security reasons, I'm not going to disclose my location. Yeah. So yeah, we inside. But let's recognize one or two people really quick. Frank Rahim George, you will have to write for us to recognize you or to know that you were here. Frank Rahim George. Some of you, your names are appearing as Facebook users, especially um, my man from Tennessee, Prince. I know that Prince name it because it's too long. I told you change that name. Facebook does not
No, but
recognize.
even if you change it, it's going to be another long one. You know how many long names they may have had over the years?
Yeah, those confusing name you can confuse up, brother.
I've never attempted to pronounce his name
No, I will not do it. I'm
because
gonna go.
it will expose my weakness when it comes to pronunciation.
Yeah, I myself we are not going
Make
that way.
a long hell of a name. So
Yes.
I've never attempted to pronounce
Bruno,
the name.
Bruno Broswell, welcome to the show. Sally Silla Afu, welcome to the show. Augustine, welcome to the show. Mulba, Mulba, welcome to the show. You Metro, welcome to the show. Rosa Parks, welcome to the show. Rosa Parks, what you get for all?
Where is Rosa Park? I
She
cannot see her.
yelled. She yelled. She said she on the show. She
No, no,
yelled.
but she never sent my my my, my independent sonny to me, yo.
Yeah,
July
but I ain't now.
July 4th sonny, she got a channel.
But I ain't now. All of them is sunny. They're looking at July 4th. July 4th that blast
The
that
one of my
blast.
little sister, that one of my little sister I like, but she never sent me my Martini.
That's why I say now they're looking at July 4th now. They're blasting it. All of them acting like that happening. Yo. They just on Facebook liking. They will less more. They run it less more. They run. We just looking at it now. All of us looking at it in some kind of way. But hey, we inside.
So still, while we wait for Martin Kollah, right?
Mhm.
Um, yeah. So actually, we are making efforts to see if we can be on the radio too on weekdays. Right now, we're on the radio on weekend for sure. Talking about Saturday and Sunday. So we want to at least see if we can be on the radio. Also, pretty much every day we come on. Like we're already on Saturday and Sunday, so we can be on radio also on Monday and Thursday. So most of the high profile interview will not wait for weekends because most of the people then they want to be on the radio as well. So we are working on it and hopefully we'll get through. So yes, while you welcome everybody here, uh, I don't know. I don't know the other Sekou Keita. I don't know that the Famusa ambassador Sekou Keita or that the different Sekou Keita. Yeah, but however, whatever Sekou Keita is, all the Keita people there, I'm my own enslaved them. They didn't want to get me working for me to clean my shoe, wash my clothes. Yo, anybody you see their name, let me tell you something today. Just watch. Anybody you see their name, say Keita or Dukle or Fufana, that they put in that I'm the boss man for all of them.
Oh,
Yo, all the people that call us Keita, Fufana, Donzo, they're all my slave then. Yo, that our tradition say. They work for
wow.
me, do everything for me. Yo, someone they will deny you, but anybody deny you, what do you want to be on the scene?
Okay, let me run all the other names are coming before I get in trouble for people
Go
saying
ahead.
people.
Go ahead.
Fertus, welcome to the show. Sekuba, welcome to the show. Sekou Keita, welcome to the show. Marcus Davis, welcome to the show. Angela Rose, welcome to the show. Is that Valentin? Welcome to the show, Valentin Precious. Degonti, my sister Degonti, welcome to the show. Um, Happy July 4th to you. We'll connect sometime this week, please. I beg you, and I hope all is well. Emmanuel Tia, welcome to the show. Is that boy? Welcome to the show. Geja, welcome to the show. Musa, welcome to the show. Uh, Ohaji, my man, Obo leave me, man. The Obo man, yeah. The man, he go on protest in Akamba, like our brother.
Now,
Oh, like my boy, oh, our boy now, our boy
that
who
that
exposed
wait, that one body 2.0.
yeah, the man who exposed one more digger, our own boy. The
No, no,
man
no,
just,
hold on. Maybe they're not here now. They don't want to
and
different.
the man talk that our brother, the man talk
One
of
body
huge
K, one body
sabbatical.
K 2.0.
That the man took a huge sabbatical. He said he was protesting against us, oh, but
Oh, like he
God,
don't. Oh, like he don't want to say. He don't want to say we ANC propaganda machine.
hey, that our brother,
Oh, okay,
the,
no problem. We need to recruit him.
the man went,
We need to
on a
recruit him.
huge sabbatical,
Yeah.
but he said gospel to her, he gave left to God, and so he come out to the show.
The
So
man,
now
the
come
man,
on.
the man like the man learn and we learn too.
That our boy now. That our boy. Hey, the family tree can bend
In
again
la bro,
pray.
we say we learn you. Yeah, you learn, we learn you too.
Our family tree can bend again pray.
Yeah,
Our
no
boy.
problem. We learn all of you.
Yvonne, welcome to the show. Roof.
We learn
What
all
Roof?
of you. We learn
You
everybody.
know, Mr. Connor, we haven't seen Roof for a while. Roof, are you getting the signal? Because she was one of the people that complained.
Who?
Roof Rapopema, she complained that she wasn't getting any kind of alert from the show, but I'm seeing her today on the show. It's been a while. Ruth, welcome to the show, Mama. Good to have you on and to see that you're on. Welcome to the show. Happy July 4th to you. Um, Honorable K City, welcome to the show. Emmanuel Colley Francis, welcome to the show. Um, Rosalind Dix, welcome to the show. Philip Daniels, welcome to the show. Stan, welcome to the show. Alice, welcome to the show. Celestine, welcome to the show. Saleh Afu, welcome to the show. Frank Rahim George. Frank George is a friend of mine's, high school mate. I think they were above me a couple of classes or so forth. But we played for the same high school together at some point. He and his brother Victor. Very good people. Man, good to see you on. Thanks for following SKTV. Um, hey, we yell.
So,
Turn up
so, so
to the show.
Saint Martina here. Let me try. Let me try to give a little bit of what I said yesterday, and you were not here. I don't know when the guest will be here, but while we wait the guest, I want to talk about the election once more. While Steve is trying to make sure the guest is here. Some of you were here, some of you were not here. But I want to encourage you to share the show. Hold on 1 second. Let me tell this person on the show. Hello? I apologize. So, yes, so yesterday we were talking about what happened. And I will leave the analysis of the elections in Norfolk County with our guests. We were asking questions, but some things that I said yesterday, I would just want to reiterate some of those things so that you can actually have an idea as to what really transpired in Norfolk County. We said that every election in Liberia, and according to some of the people that have worked and they've had enough experience with working in the Liberian election processes, this person says Teku is very hard to cheat in Liberia election. When the election is very close, yes, it's likely that somebody can attempt to cheat. But if it's very huge margin, it's tough for the person to cheat. And then in the case of the Unity Party, there were two scenarios. There are two possible scenarios. First, either Unity Party did not do her due diligence by making sure that they have poll washers at all precincts, at all polling centers. Or Unity Party had the information and knowing that they did not win, but try to play smart, acting like they won, acting like they don't have all the data available to them. Because every elections in Liberia, when the poll close, they count all the ballots wherein all representatives are present. They will count in the open. They will write down the numbers. Every representative there will sign it, talking about poll washers for every candidate that are running. So there's no way somebody can go and change that. So if the Unity Party had their poll washers in every single polling center, that means they will have had all the documents, all the tally sheets. So that way, they will already have the number before even NEC announced as to who win. But if you have the number, but you're still saying, Oh, everything being counted. We need look waiting for 85 more police center, waiting for 55 more police center to be counted. That means you did not have somebody in those areas. You are really relying on other people. And whatever they provide you, that's what you're going to take. So the possibility of change of cheating is there. But on this particular case, I don't think, in this particular case, I don't think you can blame anybody but yourself. Either you knowingly playing the Liberian people as if you did not have the information, or maybe you did not do your due diligence to make sure that you have all the tally sheet or everywhere people are, you are represented there. So those were the two scenarios that we talked about yesterday. Unity Party either playing game that they didn't have the information because when they see that it was not in their favor, or they just didn't have it at all because they never had representatives, pool washers. So whatever happens, you cannot blame anybody for that. So, like I was saying, Steve was making sure that the guest is here. Another thing I wanted to say before Steve can come in is that I saw some Unity Party people were getting angry at some people from ANC and or from other area. And I was telling you, it is shameful for Unity Party to even claim that the government that they are in bed with is cheating them or cheated them. Just yesterday, it was the same Unity Party openly stating that they are working with this government to prosecute one of their own, one of the opposition. It was the same Unity Party standard bearer in person of Joseph Nima Boakai serving as star witness for the government, perambulating the city, sitting, smiling in Sabrina Sifor's car, going over the place. Smiling, they met turning him and putting him in, doing everything with him. He was happy with it. I don't think the government that you're so friendly with, the government that really love you, the government that you work with, can cheat you. I don't think so. That would not be fair to the government because they are your friends, they are partners, they are your partners. That's just the truth. So, when you were doing that, there were a lot of people who were angry. As a matter of fact, if you have people like Costa on your side, who is insulting the ANC people then on a daily basis, and other political parties, who is insulting everybody on a daily basis, you have that as your mouthpiece. You think anybody will pray good for you? Because people want to see that you're downfall because you are working with a criminal, a loudmouth, who insults everybody. So everyone want to see your downfall. Because you don't want to disassociate yourself with somebody who fight everybody. You think everybody will be embracing you when you harbor their enemy? Nobody going to do that. So if you want to be taken seriously, you got to behave seriously. So I said something yesterday, Steve, before I go back to you, that when you see even the government to be brave, to cheat, or to do anything that resembles cheating to you, they feel like you are isolated. You have isolated yourself from everybody else because you destroy the opposition. And they expect the opposition to fight for you together. But the fact that the government brought you to their corner, they make you isolated, isolated from everybody else. They can slap you any kind of way. Nobody will come fight for you. Everybody will just laugh. They say, well, you don't worry about them, their bodies. That's what happened. Until you can learn to bring everybody together, to work with other people, nobody will fall for you. And the government will do whatever they want to do to you. Nobody will say fine, because why? That's what you want. As a matter of fact, we got information, but right after the election, before they announce the results, some hierarchy, some key player within the Unity Party received money from Nathaniel McGill. I will not call their name, but they made me verse, I will call their name. Yeah. They receive money. Talking about key players, decision maker within the Unity Party. They receive money telling them, say, well, the way the thing look, you know, like your laws, but you will not say anything. You know, can't to the hall, can't get your small thing. And they get it. They got it, and they got it on record. So they will not talk. They will not say, fine. You know, what you wanted, the player then will be, you know, yelling and talking, but the key player then, they're not going to say fine. As a matter of fact, you all saw everything. I mean, right after the election, the next day, right after the massive defeat, the next day you saw the chairman for the Unity Party hanging out with the president, even though the president defeated him yesterday, but they were hanging out, having, you know, some fruitful conversation. So Unity Party people, they blame themselves, Steve. That's what I got to say. Let us stop fighting. Let us stop blaming everybody else.
Well, in as much that I'm on the record, I don't support the we-led government because of the hindering of the country.
Oh, when I want to say something before you say it. They tell gay, I can't get very now. Oh,
what's going on?
No, Nandoma Kalasco, who say the election was fair, it was fair. I mean, I'm not saying we're not fair. I'm just saying UP that your friend, UP people led by Joe Buckeye, they in your corner. I don't think you will be looking at faces and cheat them. So maybe it was free and fair and transparent, as far as we are concerned.
Well, I think in as much that I don't support
and Kalasco, you must get a problem.
Well, in as much as I don't support the we-led government because of the handling of the country, I think there should be no excuse. People should take responsibility of what happened in Louisville County, especially the Unity Party, considering they've gone into this election, making the entire world know that they had the numbers. As a matter of fact, I don't even want to go into this argument of the election commissions or this, the election commissions or that. This was the same election commissions that gave the CPP or the opposition one of the biggest wins in the history, of which the Unity Party benefited bigly, like Donald Trump would say. So coming back and calling foul play or whatever it is, the CDC did claim that they were cheated to some extent, but guess what? Senator Darius Dillon, Senator Yombikan Alliance, and other people won today. They moved on. I said to the Unity Party, learn from this, be responsible, be proactive, stop making big mouth, stop passing around, stop being utopic, thinking that you have the numbers and you got it one, you got it one. It is not truth. It is
and Steve, to agree with you for a second, the Unity Party, I said this before, if they had different information, trust me, they will have presented it. But the fact that everybody had their pool washer in all the areas, and they can come out and say, okay, from our pool washer, this number was this. Now the government changed it to this. Then you can listen to them. But nothing like that. And like I said, unless they say, you know what, we never have pool washer all over the place, and that will clearly show irresponsibility, for the lack of a better term. Because there's no way you can have an election without having a pool washer in all the polling centers. So yes, I'm not going to, say that the possibility of cheating is not there. Trust me, everybody want to win an election, especially when election is close. And one thing I wanted to say, whether they cheated or not, it is clear that the independent candidate supported by the CDC performed very, very well beyond imagination in Foya in Joseph Barker's backyard. So it's kind of hard to make a comment or to make an argument to say, you know what, we cheated. Because if the man can perform well in your backyard, where Joseph Barker is from, then what about the place the man is from? So it's kind of hard to make the argument because the mayor was winning in some of the polling centers in Foya. And they say can play that Foya. If you can't play good in Foya, then the way you can play. So it looks like the CDC just won this thing fair and square. I don't know.
Well, the truth of the matter is,
I don't know.
like I said last Monday,
It's very hard to make the argument, actually.
Mr. Kane, like I said last Monday, I stand with what I said. I don't mince my words, especially when it comes to the facts. I said there will be no way the United Party would have won this election. I said it on the same platform and I stand by it. And today we are here again. The reason for that is very simple. You cannot go into any election feeling so entitled, complacent, achieved. Like, what does, in all honesty, Mr. Kane, what does Vice President Joseph Boakai really thinks? What does he take the Liberian people for? What does he take the people of Lofa for? Like, seriously, you will sit down in rehab. You come outside, you take fresh air, you go back inside. You walk small in the community. You just walk in your yard for less than 5 minutes. You go back inside. 1 week to election, you show face. 2-3 days to election. You just wait for 1 or 2 seconds, and the people supposed to come and vote for you. You serious? The people supposed to come and vote for you. Only that thing, man. That thing used to happen in 1980. It can't happen again. Y'all forget about that thing. Y'all get serious. Y'all won't win. Y'all do the work. You identify with the people, do the work. Nobody owns anybody in Liberia. Nobody has monopoly on anybody. That's a myth they're running around with. Until they can come to terms with reality and say, guys, we got to do some work. We got to put in the efforts. We've told the people from United Party, it needs resources. Let me tell you something. I will say it again. Elections are very expensive.
Okay, let me ask you this, right? Assuming that United Party go on her own, which is very likely, if Baka runs, if they cannot afford to have pool washers in all the polling centers just in Lofa County, the only county he won in 2017, if they cannot afford to have pool washers in all the area in Lofa County, how are they going to manage the entire country? And they still don't want to run for president?
Yeah. So, President George, we are in the CDC's mistakes or the ineptitude or the criminology that they're exhibiting. We made a Labrador automatically refer to them. That is all they're betting on. Joseph Boakai.
So the government, the government are criminal.
Yeah.
The government, they can't work.
That's all.
The government is corrupt. So that what they put, that what is going to give you vote.
We're talking something serious. We're talking about
so you don't want to like do your due diligence by making sure that your election, your votes are secure and safe.
Bringing that old time 1980, 1970 story that our uncle that stand again work. In 2022, uncle started down working again. Because all year with uncle. Then you hear your grandfather, me and uncle, what are you talking about? Like you still can catch me on uncle level. That scam and I'm working again. That whole uncle thought and I'm working. Leave that uncle thought behind. Focus on the issues. They put not focus on the issues. They're passing around. When you are passing around Serena Seaford, then distracting him, and they were passing around, making a cell loaded. They start witness. They know other people are doing work. They know other people were
you know what one of my CDC friends told me? He said, my man, you shouldn't give credence to the thing here that the people cheated. Nobody cheated. When we were working in Lower County, Boakai was in court testifying.
Yeah, but that's true.
He said when they may say we shouldn't give credence to that kind of notion that CDC cheated or what have you. So when they were working, reaching out to the people of Lofa County. So Baka was busy, how you call it? Baka was busy testifying.
Mr. Kane, until they can provide evidence to the contrary, like you've said here today, to substantiate that there was cheating, bring their tally sheets, make it available to the public so that we can compare and contrast. Forget about all this funny little talk they're having propaganda. Oh, neck talk down the website and neck this one. Just forget about that thing. What your tally sheet? What thing going on?
Exactly. I mean,
I'm making all that noise, man.
as a matter of fact, before even NEC comes up with anything, you should have had your own information, your own tally sheet, all the numbers, everything from all the polling centers, not just a few of them. I don't know. So what happened? I don't know if Matthew.
He just text you will be on the next 5 minutes.
Okay. Yeah. So before Martin can, let me ask you.
Yes.
Answer my question.
Yeah.
Boakai only won Lofa County 2017.
Mm-hmm.
That time, they were very fresh. They had some money. They had the name recognition as the ruling party. As a matter of fact, they were still in power.
Mm-hmm.
In the only one county they won. So now, there's no more name recognition compared to the way it was in 2017.
Mm-hmm.
And now, they have no money. Baka is saying that he relies on banks for his upkeeping. And everybody that I know that is associated with the Unity Party, except for Amin Moda, I don't know if Amin Moda get that much money to spend his own money on the party. And the membership of the party, we have not seen any big fundraising event where they raised hundreds of thousands of dollars for the Unity Party. So you think the Unity Party can survive any general election when they broke like that? Because I'm told that they only had 25,000 budget for the entire Lofa County. 25,000. When other people talking about $1 million.
Mr. Kane, let me say this. Let me be very clear. Let's do it at the county levels and other things. One of my problems with the CPP, and I hope Martin will come here because I will go back to that. One of the major concerns I have with them, they need to let us know, the public, the financial report of the United Party left the CPP or in the CPP. The United Party, yes, the United Party, they were kicked out of their place. They couldn't afford to pay the rent. They stay in court. These are a bunch of broke, hungry guys who are making noise all around the place that feel entitled. Look, you can't be broke and be making noise. You need to slow down and lower your voice. But these guys will not lower their voice. They will not lower their voices. They're just trying to impress that lie. It can work. So I'm saying to you, even from the county level, the fact that there is even noise surrounding, whether it is truth or not, the fact that there is even noise surrounding the poor washers, that they ate the money or they have some kind of discrepancy in the money for the poor washer, it's concerning, it's alarming. This is a political party that was in look, these guys were in charge of the country for 12 years. Just say Bwaka took 2 million and maybe plus a year, his budget, a month, his budget for his office. Can you imagine? And you cannot afford the rent to your own place. You had to be kicked out disgracefully and go to court. 1, 2, you cannot. You were in the CPP. So have more and yo they make. They couldn't pay their own. And these are the people that were supposed to come and entrust with the country. They can't even afford to even maintain a poor washer. When we say all the things, they say, but at the paper we want. It not any problem.
But they say somebody run away. One of them run away with the money though.
Even the Kennedy has been accused.
Yeah, they say maybe the Kennedy ate the money or somebody else run away with the poor washer's money.
No, when we say it, they say we hit the.
Yeah, but how can you be broke to the extent where you run away with your own poor washer money?
Well, that the thing what we're talking about, that one we can say in Labrador, that real village swear follow you because you honor my own set, you honor my own interest. How can you honor my own interest? How can you honor my own? When we say these things, these guys think these are facts. Look, these are things you have to look forward to and look at for the general elections. Let's be honest. You will have to consider that you are going against an incumbent with resources. What are you talking about? You think this is a joke?
And then you're running away with your own poor sharing money.
Yeah. Tell me about it. So right now we're
Well,
wasting the wood.
well, to be honest, that allegation that was so funny and serious. How come somebody run away with their own poor sharing money? Whether it's the candidate himself or one of the associates or whoever it was, but that was very, very embarrassing. That was very embarrassing to say the least.
Yes, thank you, boy. Oh yeah, Mr. Connor, can you imagine? Oh yeah, you are taking your budget for your office. You know what 2 million is? Do you know? For you to still be
Yeah,
broke because
but my man, after all of it,
man.
let's put the party one side though. After all of that, 2 million a year for 12 years, you're talking about here.
Yeah.
When the VP got sick, was it not George Weah, President Weah, who gave money to go in for the medical to have surgery? Let me tell you the area I gave up on the vice president. And I'm not saying this out of any hatred or disrespect for the vice president, but where I give up for the on the vice president was that after George Weah came to his aid to help him have the surgery he had, when Costa other little minds came to say, you know what, Joseph Boakai, the money we are giving you will pay for it. And then when they had a fundraiser, 2,500, they took that and gave it to Joseph Nima Boakai. And the man accepted that.
Yeah.
I don't know now whether it's
and they put him on record. They put him on record.
Yeah, on camera.
Are you serious? You know what that means? Do you really know what that means? Let's be honest, Mr. Kanem. No disrespect to anybody. But the fact remains, Mr. Do you know the optics? You know what the message you are sending? You know what that means? After you had just come from 12 years of being vice, do you know what it means to be a vice president of a country? Do you understand what it means? For you to go take 2,500 for common citizens to pay back something because George Weah pays on him. And I can say this to anybody that ECDC money, as a matter of fact, they other news, there are going to be other recording that will be dropping. So now I'm going to in trouble. Let me tell you something. Samuel Twe is watching the show. He commented. Samuel Twe got another fake page because they exposed the other page. He on a fake page and he commented. And I'll tell you the comment. He attacked you on the comment he made. It was Samuel Twe who attacked you. Listen, Mr. Canada, let me tell you something.
It's okay.
I'm not talking about Samuel Twe, but let me say this.
Yeah, I don't care anybody attack me.
These guys, the thing that they don't understand is this. These guys think that the CDC-led government is stupid. They really, really think so. Let me tell you something, Mr. Cannon. What they don't understand is they're playing around with a very dangerous set of guys that will keep you on record if they have to keep you on record, and they will use it against you. Remember Samuel Twe said that they will weaponize the media against opposition or against other people, quote unquote. Let me say this to people who are in the opposition. Those of you who have collected money, those of you who are in bed with the government playing two-face and playing games.
Yeah, but me, I want to know what happened to the $2,500 that was given to the vice president to be returned to the Lebanon government.
And Sego Carrasco here asking now they gave it to the boss man. Maybe they suit that job we are wearing. Maybe
no, if you're watching, you need to confirm whether or not you guys received that money.
Suit President Denzel Buga in. Maybe that the 2,500 used to buy that suit. You see that fan suit? Maybe that the 2,500 used to buy that suit. What are you talking? That thing.
But what happened to that money actually?
That money right now, that money not in YOLO again.
And one of the things too that I want to talk about here, Steve, is that you remember when Costa got angry at me, was insulting me or talking all kind of thing because I said something, and that is something that is bringing me back to this whole Unity Party thing. It seems like Unity Party He got nobody. Everybody else hiding behind just the papier is tired. When I say the voice, when I say well, the papier is tired. Secondly, the papier is now well. He said it on the radio. But then all these strong, gallant men and women are afraid, hiding behind the poor man, the sick man, so that they can be president and they will be there to exploit the country. When Barker came here, no, let me say this, Steve. That's one of my disappointments with these people. When Barker came to the United States, there were nobody, all the big mouth they are making, there were nobody to steer the affairs of Unity Party except for Costa. Costa is from different party. And beyond that, who else is there you can point to that today, if Barker is not there, who can stand up to say, yes, this person can be president of Liberia? Tell me one person.
Bernard Yure.
Bernard Yure came in with one time.
Bernard
Yure came with Carlsberg.
Let me tell you something.
And Bernard Yure working for Jowia. So that means Jowia, it was citizen know that thing what they were talking about. I don't know.
I didn't want to talk about this, but let me give them the coup. The scene where I gave a direct coup for Liberty Party. I will not go into detail, but I will give them the coup. Let it understand that some people understand some things and some people are aware of something. You know, one of the places that got me seriously concerned about the vice president's inner circle in the Unity Party, when I saw the appointment of the tag team, the scene where I questioned President George Weah, his very first appointee, when he took over, I said, this government is all for trouble. How in the world you have a political party, even if you want to appoint somebody else, the tag team, guess who they appointed to be on top of the tag team? Talia Ure. But all the other loud mouths from the Unity Party, they either honor, they either second or so forth. What sense does that make? Somebody that part of it, they don't even calculate, they don't think about somebody.
Yeah,
so
that tells you that Unity Party is dead.
Exactly. Let me give them.
Because if you're not telling Yuri, it's Costa. And those people they are in their 3-man party.
And there's the thing now. Here's a bigger picture.
Costa and Yuri, they know how you call that party.
Here's a bigger picture.
ALP.
Here's a bigger picture. Here's a bigger picture.
But by extension, they are now Unity Party.
Here's a bigger picture. Unity Party is in serious trouble. Let me tell you why. Unity Party is in serious trouble. The sooner these guys wake up and understand the same way how we told Liberty Party to focus on the party, if they're not careful, before December or by December, Bernard Yure would have taken over the party. He will insert his people and take over the party. Watch and see. They think this is a joke.
Which party?
The Unity Party.
But Bernard, you're already controlling the party. What are you talking about?
Right now, they got few elements. Listen, Mr. Cannon. Right now, they got few elements or semblance that seem to owe loyalty to Joseph Yuma Boaga.
No. Let me tell you something. You're not understanding it. Bernard, you already got a Unity Party.
Okay, I think our guest is here. We have the time to have this conversation.
Okay, I think the guest is here. But Bernard, you already got a Unity Party. Let me tell you something. Before you bring the guest on, I got to say because the guest is already late.
No clue.
The guest is already late, so I got to ask him to bring the guest on. So let me say this, Steve. On a serious note, Bernard Yure already in control of that party. That's why the decision of the party is coming from Costa to Yure.
Let them say that.
Those are children of Bernard Yure.
No, let them be there.
And the good thing about it too,
the
government will get Bernard Yure.
Exactly.
So the government owns the Unity Party now. So that's all I wanted to say. The government owns the Unity Party. Subconsciously, that's the fact.
Let it, Mr. Kane, you know why? Let them keep sitting and keep being distracted and fighting other people and making other funny noise what right under their nose, the repositioning. They're particular. I would. There's some things I would not say in public right now, but they're particular. This particular something that they can go for. How you call them? Convention or whatever it is. They are in serious trouble. They think this is a joke. Right now, they're on a hook. There is no way they can turn. Listen, they will suck up to Costa. They will suck up to Belinda UA. They get very, they will suck their teeth behind it. They will go in the car trunk and suck their teeth. They can suck their teeth in front of Costa because all the secrets, the plan, or whatever it is, where they going? That's the thing I don't understand. You broke. You don't get nothing going on. You don't get no strategy. You don't get plan. Besides be more than lie. Where you going? How far are you going? We here.
The guest is here, Steve.
Okay, no problem. Let's bring the guest on. Mr. Kollah.
I think he's muted as well.
Good afternoon to you, or good evening to you from
Please
us.
unmute yourself. Okay.
Good afternoon, good evening to you. How are you?
Yeah, Seku, how are you? Seku,
Steve,
are you coming on?
I'm doing good.
Okay,
Yeah, I think it was actually Steve.
Steve and myself, but we don't talk a lot.
I know. It looks like your signal is not too good, though. Your voice is kind of breaking. You can hear clearly?
I will change to my phone. Maybe it's the laptop. I will change to my phone.
No, I think the laptop good.
I think the laptop is better.
The laptop better.
Yeah, but if it's going to be sticking, then I don't know. But the laptop is better because that way people can be calling you and then be interrupting the conversation.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. I try to, but with the laptop, most of the time I was there. Okay, but I'm.
Yeah, you can switch to the phone if you put it on Do Not Disturb, so that at least there can be no interruption unless it's emergency. You want us to give you a minute to switch to the phone, and then you log back in?
Yeah, please, just 1 minute.
Okay, you can log back in when you're done. You can log back in. Okay, so while we wait the guests to log back in, Mr. Kane, one thing I know for a fact, when we say some of these things, people insult us, people say all kind of things, even though we don't want to turn the thing on. The particular thing I hear, the Facebook, we don't want to turn it on. We don't want burning our data. We don't want. Can you please take the other one off? Mr. Kane?
I'm doing that right now.
Thank you. We don't want burning our data, right? They can kind of insult us. We don't get problem in. People will come out. All right. Okay, I think he's trying to get situated. But like I was saying, the truth will come out, and as time goes by, we'll see. We'll see who's saying the truth. We will. We'll just give you hint and teasers. You want to put a puzzle together, that's fine. Martin, you good now?
You good? Hear us? Well, I think when he gets situated properly, we can bring him back on. But Steve, on a serious note, I want to know whether or not the Unity Party or the candidate for the Unity Party, and their people have congratulated the winner. Or are they still holding back?
Well, from the latest, I listened to Mo Ali and Martin this morning on 50-50. I listened to them very briefly. Quote unquote, they're waiting for the team, the guy in Lofa with a tally sheet, and they're going to convene and they're gonna put everything together. That
They're
shit
waiting for the tally sheet.
be that thing. That scam, man. When I see the movie playing before, is that kind
Wait,
of
wait a minute. So then, up to now, they don't have the tally sheet together.
oh man, the thing what I'm telling you, yeah, the one who can say like brother, I'm fired from my mom. That why he said the morning, I'm putting him, giving direct code. They're waiting for the one, they're waiting for that one, and the technical team from Lufa and the team they put together will come and they will say they will do that. That gen
Now we're talking about also.
who else? Situation you ain't handle now. Mo Ali.
I thought of somebody else.
That's so yo noise.
Oh.
Oh, man.
You good now?
Yeah, very good, very good.
Yeah, I think they were look very, very good now. Okay, Steve.
Yeah.
Yes, Martin. Welcome to the show this afternoon. We want to welcome you. We know that you did inform us that you'll be running late, but quickly before we get into the conversation, just really quick, we noticed that you're in Labrador, July 4th year. We didn't see anything. We hear anything. We're in the middle of the day now. You're trying to say that coming when I want your phone. Yeah, let
You know,
yeah, go look at it now.
happy July 4th. We say it again.
Okay.
And we're waiting for Air Liberia. You know Air Liberia, the plane should have come, but they will still waiting. The plane are cake. They gonna transfer from our cake to Asher plane.
Martin, you know what I want for my own July 4th?
No.
And you know that bit of root, what I call Ghana.
Oh, Ghana, yeah.
Go back and send it to me. The one I want. Because
okay.
Anybody wants to say my July 4th present, just tell me that one. I will take it.
Ghana.
I let them be drinking bitter stuff early in the morning.
Oh, okay, great.
Because the country we drink too much sugar here.
Exactly.
Yeah, but Steve,
Yeah.
let's get to the actual conversation now.
Yes, let's get to the conversation here. Thank you for being on today. We listened to you briefly this morning in studio with T Max and your counterpart Mo Ali on national issues and also the Unity Party, the most recent election. First of all, what is your general take on the elections in Lofa County? What is your general take? What is your general perspective?
So yes, so thank you again, and let me say hi to those who are following the show, whether it's in the morning in your area or in the night or very late afternoon, whatever part of the world you are. I'm always happy to be on the show since I started coming. I would love to be here always. Let me say generally for the Liberty Party, we are still part of the CPP, and so our position remains with the CPP that we think that the Lofa County election was stolen, was hijacked. It was an illegal process, taken away from the person who won under the CPP banner, under that brand, that position as a star of the CPP and a party leader in the CPP, who framed to that position. And I thought there was no need after the Reverend had blown the whistle and said the game is over, and you didn't file protest through all the competition, and then afterward, some match commission or somebody from on the side saying that we need to have a rematch. I think it was just totally unnecessary to have gone into that rematch. It was out of arrogance and ego by any other persons who went or who were certainly part of this. They were CPP, especially Unity Party, that brought forth that candidate that the CPP feature. But let me say two things quickly. Like I said this morning, look, this is a loss for the opposition community. As a member of the opposition community, I'm basically worried about some of the things, and I will not act like those or who think that they can try to shift blame around. I did not feature candidate, like I said, particularly as a party or as CPP, but I think the opposition community should be worried about what happened in Lofa. So yes, I do also as a person, my institution is CPP. I've not taken any official position on that yet, but as a person, I may want to think that there was some irregularities, some things that went on in the Lofa County elections, and it was as a result of poor organization, poor management. So yes, I see a lot of people flying around, showing a whole lot of short videos on social media, and which connotes or signifies that there was something that went on wrong there. And from my experience over the years about this kind of process, I know that to some extent that there might be some things that went wrong. And I know our Unity Party folks love to hear this, but this is the part that they will not like to hear. The fact that we were together and they are now trying to shift blame on some supporters of ANC and some supporters of Liberty Party and those of us that in the CPP, some people who are not saying like the way that I'm saying, to say, look, we have lost as opposition according to Unity Party. Some people are laughing at them. I don't hold them also. I don't hold them liable for laughing at them, because guess what? We were together into this marriage. We were husband and wife, or your brother or one of our friends in a marriage came and accused me being a partner in a one marriage and said that I fingered your wedding, I stole your money, and they took me to our court, and you went and you testified against me, brought me to shame, brought me to public ridicule in our marriage, and then demonized my wife character. When you go somewhere and you get flogged and you come back, you don't expect for me to sit outside you and start crying. So partisans of the ANC and partisans of the Liberty Party that are laughing on the social media, I don't think you people should have any issue with them. They are not. You have abandoned the relationship. You say you don't have interest in the relationship. You went one step further by attacking one of your constituent party in a relationship, bringing it to public ridicule and watching. When you go and have misfortune, you will least expect for anybody to come sit inside you and begin to share your sorrow. So these are the two things I wanted to ask you first before looking at some critical issues in the Lofa election. Look, the Lofa election, only us arrogant, egoistic, and stubborn person in our political system will say that this election will not have a tour on the Unity Party. If you listen to Honorable Snow on the Spoon Talk, Senator Snow, if you listen carefully to him, he was very clear and emphatic that Unity Party, he was saying in some sense, though he didn't say that clearly like I'm saying, that Unity Party was playing. He said it was a well-calculated, well-planned strategy by Minister Nataya Magee. So the first thing about the about the Lofa County election was the fact that Unity Party managed to detach herself from the CPP brand. Like I said this morning, the Unity Party as an institution, if you look at the role, for me, looking at the election itself is important. But we need to look at the role leading to the election, because the different factors along the road culminated into the opposition community defeat in Lofa County, even though the person who won, and I will talk about that too, won as an independent candidate, and I will talk about the rejection of the CDC also too. But it is important for us to find solutions to look at the road leading to Lofa. CPP as a brand, like I said this morning, it is psychological in the minds of the people. We built this brand, and it have built into the psychology of our people that the only vehicle that can remove President Weah is the CPP. That was manifested in 2020 when we won majority of the seats. And even, like I agree with Mo Ali this morning, my friend and brother Mo. I said, look, Mo, I agree with you. Mo said that there is a party in Lofa that they will select people from upper and lower Lofa, and Unity Party have not won election there before, except with Watengbe. But from time to time, Liberty Party have been winning, other institutions have been winning them, which were true. But I remind them more that the only brand, the only institution that broke that pattern was the CPP. So what the CDC cleverly did was to detach or to allow Unity Party to get herself detached from the CPP brand so that she can go and be crucified. That brand is the one that is built in the mind of the Liberian people. I said this morning, nobody care about Liberty Party logo and Liberty Party as a party. Nobody care much about ANC. Maybe fanatics of the party will not want to hear this. Nobody care much about Unity Party and about Omen Bweka as a person. No. Nobody care much about Mr. Ure or the ALP logo. People have built in their mind for some time now that CPP is the D for us to go. And those CDC boys are smart. They know that. Because they know that, so they try to divide our CPP and they manage to work along with Unity Party and the ALP to get them detached from the CPP brand. And the result of what it was in Lofa County. Okay. The second point to that, is that Unity Party since 2017 as a party have never won any election on its own except under the CPP brand. That's how powerful the CPP brand is. And since 2017, there have been Joseph, Ambassador Bweka, there have been all the other people still around here. I remember Josephine Francis, former lawmaker Josephine Francis contested on the Unity Party ticket and she lost. I remember my own sister, Kollah Pratopa, contested in District 13 on the Unity Party ticket and she lost. All through, I challenged Unity Party since 2017. They have not won any election. Yeah, and it is not strange in our political system. The only time Unity Party sent a candidate and that candidate won, it was under the CPP brand. Prince Moi won one county under the CPP brand. Honorable Brandon Samaka won Lofa County under the CPP brand. So it was not necessarily because of Ambassador Bweka or Professor Topa won Bon County when he went as independent, not as Unity Party president, and the four parties supported Professor Topa, meaning Liberty Party, and how he won. So for somebody to think that this brand is not something that have developed and have built in the minds of the white people and that they can win alone, then it's a sad story. For the past 40 years, just before I rest on this point, for the past 40 years in our political dispensation, no political party that have left power immediately, the Liberian people have rewarded them again with what power. Check the records. So Unity Party benefited from the CPP brand more than any other political party. I hope they will realize that, and they come back to their senses so that we can move on. There is no party in the CPP that is benefiting from a brand more than the Unity Party from the records I just pulled out. They have lost every election on their own as a party.
Okay, well, thank you so much. We would encourage you to please, if you can, summarize your answer so that we can put in more questions, because we definitely want to put more questions in here. There's a lot of things to cover, but here's something I wanted to ask you. Circling back to the CPP, because you made reference of the CPP a lot here today. When we text or when we communicated, you were in a meeting, you were running late. I'm not going to state which meeting you were in. If you choose to stay, that meeting is up to you. But I'm not going to put you on the record for the meeting that you said you were in. But here's my question to you. Is the CPP still alive? If so, why has the CPP been quiet?
So yes, Steve, the CPP is still alive. So I can say for free, I've just left a major CPP meeting. We are in the restructuring process of the CPP after the Supreme Court ruling. That ruling affects a very major section of the CPP, especially 8.5.2, 8.5.2 of the CPP framework document. So we are looking at so many things in the CPP framework document. The two parties, the Liberty Party and the ANC, set up a committee, and the committee is revisiting or reviewing the CPP framework document so that we can come up with a draft to present. Within a period of 1 or 2 weeks' time, we should be concluding the new CPP framework document. So it's still alive. The brand is still, like I just told you the importance and the significance of the brand and how leaving the brand contributed to the defeat of Unity Party. We cannot allow that brand. You see, the local county election has just proven that it is not about no individual. It is about a brand that the people have believed in and that they have faith in. I've said this thing on so many radio stations. My colleagues and some folks from the Unity Party did not believe it. They have been tested in local county. We have the kind of the result that we have. So yes, CPP brand is still much alive, and we are doing a lot to make sure that our people believe in the organization more. And I mean, this time around, we're going to be clear and definite on a lot of things to avoid ambiguity and confusion. So at the end of the day, we cannot, revert to the same old thing. We get about 15 months to election, and the CPP cannot wait to make sure that we submit a new framework document at NEC.
Okay. Well, just before I go to Sekou, I will stick on the CPP issue really quick here. If the CPP is still alive, the Unity Party has left, went to the Supreme Court. The ALP has left, went to the Supreme Court. Is there room for them to come back? And if they do choose to come back, in what capacity will they come back?
Look, the CPP is open not to only the Unity Party and the ALP that are left. We are open to all opposition political parties. It is time for us to make sure that we unite and remove this government from our power. It is only in unity that we can defeat President Weah. So yes, so it's open. The CPP is open to receive back Unity Party, to receive the All Agreement Party. The CPP is, people may have their, and remember now, people are hurt at different levels, so they may have their own personal opinions along the road, like I will have. But CPP as an institution will create room for all political parties. We are currently in discussion while we are restructuring our CPP framework document. We are currently in in a discussion, a holding conversation with other serious opposition political party, and the results looks very good. So yes, so we will receive them, then we move forward. But there were other factors though in the whole local country thing that I wanted to talk about. Okay, but Sekou can come in.
Yeah, I will turn it over to Sekou. You mind sharing some of the names of the other political parties that you're in discussion before I turn it over to Sekou? You mind helping us?
Well, no, listen, the way things happen in this country, you will not expect for me to call it a political party. But I know that we are in conversation. No, we gotta be mindful. You saw how political institutions that we thought was granted and rooted into this country that will not be carried away so easily for some petty things. You saw how they were almost used to destroy the CPP brand. So we are playing very careful. The announcement will be made, and you will see some of those political parties.
You're telling all ahead of time. We'll say go back to you.
Yeah, thank you very much, SG. I would really appreciate your coming on SKTV. Even though you came late, but it's better late than never. The fact that you are here
All right.
is good. If we cannot cover everything today, we can also come back another time to continue the conversation. So, yes, going back to the Lofa County election, for you, do you think if this was the CPP, the Unity Party was still going to win the seat, despite the fact that the efforts made by the CDC, Thomas Fala, in the FOIA area? You think if with the CPP, you guys were still going to win this election?
Look, Sekou, I believe so. Look, let me tell you, I managed Sekou. You are aware. I came in Philadelphia there and we talked a lot in 2019. And then, look, I managed the Mossorado County campaign for the CPP. I know the amount of development, the amount of resources. I saw in the last 3 months, Thomas Fala were passing around with yellow machines. They had over 10 yellow machines, all over in Mossorado County, with Thomas Fala photo on it. You were going around in every community giving at least $200,000 liberty. I know the amount of effort that CDC plays in Mossorado County. That is apart from attempting to even tamper with the elections. And you saw the level at which we defeated the CDC. You saw the level at which. So Thomas Fala, the interesting thing is that Honorable Fala, who we defeated here in Mossorado County, went in Lofa County and left also marrying with all the CPP, and that person became victorious. It speaks to the fact that the CPP, if we were in Lofa County as a CPP and together, there would have been better organization. There would have been better organization. There would have been a better strategy put in place. Our candidate selection mechanism would have been better. Because guess what? How would that be in CPP in understanding the political tradition of Lofa County? Understanding the political tradition of Lofa County, go to take somebody from the normal ethnic group or from the part of Lofa. Lofa have lower and upper way of selecting their senatorial candidate. I would have insisted that, look, we need to select our candidate very strategically to meet the demand of the local tradition. So the issue of organization, the issue of strategy, they are all. The last time Imara Yatro was on the show, I said something when I made a very short call in. I said, look, elections, and that's one of the issues about the Lofa election. Election is not just about euphoria or popularity. Because let me tell you something. Thing like popularity, it's a perishable community. Today you are popular, tomorrow you are not popular. Today people hail you, all hail the king. Tomorrow you are not the king. Today people take you to be the father of tradition. Tomorrow nobody get time for that stuff. So election is a combination of everything I said. The euphoria, the momentum, the strategy, the money. You got to put everything into election. So yes, Sekou, for sure, if CPP has been CPP, like CDC did in Mossorado County, and put in everything, including her own logo, and we defeated them in Mossorado County, in their stronghold, they wouldn't have defeated us in Lofa if it was CPP. I don't care how many skyscrapers that they were built over there. But because there was no organization, there were no way that Unity Party could communicate the message effectively, because they rendered some of us irrelevant to the entire process. Folks from the ANC, for example, and from the Liberty Party. So Lofa fell to CDC, who could not even put themselves on the banner. So it is sad, but I can tell you, we have won Lofa County, hands down if it was a collaborative effort by the full political party.
So you think the lack of finances was also a factor?
Of course, Sekou. By the time somebody told me that the budget for the pool washing was 9,000, I said, but then the pool not ready. Look, Sekou, let me tell you something. Maybe you people don't know. The election was one of the most expensive senatorial ran election by the opposition community ever. People don't know. I chaired that election. Delo, as a candidate, didn't have the money. He was broke. That's true. When Delo came to contest in 2019, it was $2.50 in the account. It's true. But we created a condition for the money to come thanks to the folks in the diaspora. You guys spend your money and pump in your resources. You are aware. We tour the diaspora, we engage people, and people send money. But beyond the diaspora, Sekou, each community in Moserado County spend between $25,000 to $50,000 each community, each district in Moserado County, each district spend between $25,000 US to $50,000 US on their own. Because we created the structure and the mechanism. So the people raise the money and then use the money. All I was doing was just coordinating. I had 17 campaign management team in a 17 district with at least 5 persons in those districts coordinating. At least 5, it was between 5 to 10 persons serving as campaign managers in each of our districts with one head coordinator, plus or at least 200 men campaign team. Those people were identifying people that were giving $20, $50. The people raised money in every district in Moserado County. So who told you the election year was cheap? Election is about money, Sekou. Whether it's from you directly or it is from the people, you will have to spend money for election. So for somebody to say, oh, the people know, or Ambassador Becker, that the big uncle, so once we go there, he said the uncle intern, it will not. By the time they told me that the whole pool washing budget was 9,000, I knew that local country was in trouble.
Okay, so going back to the CPP, do you think the Unity Party will be willing, realizing the shortcoming, and go back to the CPP? You think they will be willing to do so? To go back to the CPP, or they will remain?
From where?
We're not going anywhere. We prefer dying as opposed to going back to the CPP.
So, but from what I heard from Buhari today, no. From what I heard from Buhari today, no. Except somebody, yeah. I think they are consumed by arrogance. It's unfortunate, but that's why it is. They are consumed by ego. Even though political historicity and the most recent happening in our time have shown that Unity Party, as Unity Party, or as an opposition party who just left power, will not be considered easily by the Liberian people, but they are behaving politically stubborn. And there are some people in America, the Henry Costa, who sit there and then he advise them. So they consider that as their political strategy. And so I think that what they are living by, it is sad, but nobody going to consider any institution bigger than the CPP right now. I can assure you, I've said this, I'm saying this again on the record, that even their majority Unity Party partisans who will not go with Unity Party if they are not part of the CPP. I can assure you that. Lofa County have just proven that. I don't think Sekou that they have any interest in coming now. It may take a change of leadership at the Unity Party level before that can what happen. But they know, they are aware that the only vehicle to remove this government is the CPP. I just think pride, arrogance, ego has taken over, and this is where we are. And it's sad, but this is where we are. I mean, Mo Adi made it very clear. He said they are happy. Even after their defeat, they have no regret for leaving the CPP. Who want to win power, who is politically savage, we want to say such a thing, especially after their defeat and not finding time to analyze why they got defeated, So I don't think that they will come back.
Okay. So do you think with all the Unity Party and the ALP, do you think the CPP can gain her momentum back with the support of other parties coming in other than Liberty Party and ANC? You think the CPP can get her momentum back before 2023?
Sure, Sekou. Look, we are on a red path. The Liberian people looks for opportunity. If we don't give them opportunity, they will select an independent. Okay, so let me put it this way. The Liberian people don't want CDC. This is why CDC herself knows, and she's afraid to put Kennedy on its own or platform.
Mm-hmm.
Because CDC knows that the Liberian people have rejected their logo. This morning I was jokingly saying George Weah may even run as an independent candidate. They come out to us say that is a sedition. I was saying it jokingly, no. I mean, but what it means is that CDC is not brave now to put up Kennedy. The Liberian people also know in their mind that Liberty Party as a party standing alone will not defeat the CDC, judging from our most recent political history. They know that Unity Party will not defeat the CDC. So what they crave for is for all of us to come together as an opportunity to remove the CDC. If we don't come together, they will not take us. So yes, if CPP restructure itself and include 3 or 4 other parties to join them that have some serious establishment, when we include the political parties, the Liberian people will definitely turn to us. What they are looking for is for that brain that is called CPP, a group of political parties united under one umbrella and featuring a candidate. At that point, the Liberian people will turn towards us. So they are looking for because there was not that opportunity in Lofa County. So the Liberian people and the Lofians rejected UP. Of course, there was no CDC, so they voted an independent candidate.
Yeah.
They voted an independent candidate.
All right. One more question, then I go to Steve. So the CPP as is right now, assuming the election is held today, the likelihood is that the CPP and the CDC could go for second round. If that happens, do you think a Unity Party who could possibly go third or maybe fourth, you think the Unity Party will support the CPP in the second round as opposed to going to the CDC, given the animosity created?
Well, look, I can't say anything to that now. I can only tell you what I will expect, but I can be definite to say this is what's going to happen. But I can tell you what I will expect. I will expect that we have some period to cool off and understand that the Liberian people depend on us to deliver this country from this bad governance. being perpetrated by Ambassador Boyka and his team. And as such, when we go to election in our different capacities, whether as Unity Party or as CPP, and when we go second round, I will expect that Unity Party come to support us. Because at the end of the day, we are opposition. I have just said to you that the defeat of Unity Party as an opposition party in Lofa County is our defeat.
Yeah.
I'm accepting equal responsibility for their defeat, not because I participated, but because I'm part of the opposition community. That's the way to go about it. That's the way to show honesty and dignity to the political system. So, but I can speak the same of folks from the Unity Party. The level of arrogance has been displayed by, folks who direct the Unity Party activities, speak for them, and I don't think that they can have the mindset that we have to make sure that we deliver this country. Because this thing, if Unity Party really was worried about the way the country is going, Ambassador Boyka Mo Ali will not be paraded around as star witnesses along with Serena Sifo in a case to prosecute one of its own.
Yeah.
Because it is to who benefit? The CDC. It is to the CDC benefit. If you try to prosecute Kumi and you get a senior statement in the opposition community like Ambassador Boyka to be paraded as star witness, then it means that, we are heading for trouble. So this is why, while they were in town parading there as star witness, Thomas Farah took 3 months in Foya, and they could not even win Foya with over 500 votes. So this is the kind of thing. I am only hoping and expecting that we will support one another irrespective of the division that we have had, so that the Liberian people can have some sense of relief. It is the people. Political party was formed to provide governance and leadership for the people. And so that would be my aspiration towards the Unity Party. I can't speak to the fact that they will do it.
Okay. Steve, back to you.
Thank you, Mr. Kane. I'd like to stick with the CPP just a little bit before I pivot to the Liberty Party, which I think is also an important element because we're going to be talking at different levels in different cycles here. I know you guys are working on a framework document with the CPP. Last time we had Mr. Elizana Cummings here, he did confirm to us that this time around the CPP would have a standard bearer. Wise, there's Siggy, other people to come in. Do you also confirm that statement? Just before we go into our question.
Yeah, look. So yes, since my standard bearer have let it cat under the bed. So yes, true. We will have a standard bearer, and that standard bearer will be one person. We'll have also a chairman, and that chairman will be one person. It's not going to be no longer rotational stuff. We have barely 15 months to do this thing. We can be in the business of playing around now. So while we await other political parties to account, there are other things that they will have opportunity to, or the CPP chairmanship, the CPP standard bearership, they will be very clearly defined, and then given to our people. We're not going to say there will be primaries, there will be this, there will be that. We don't have. The intent and spirit of all of those procedures is not injured by time, by time. So we need to move fast in a new organization of the CPP. We definitely have a standard bearer and on CPP national chairman that will take us to elections.
Okay, Ostena Bear, CPP National Chairman, thank you for confirming the information. I want to go into my questions here really, really quick. You said you said there is a room for collaboration. One political party can now win the upcoming election based on all the data and the facts that are available to you and the general public. I'm aware also that Mr. Alexander Cummings does not speak loosely. Most recently, he did tell the Liberian people that he would win the case in court, and he won the case in court. He's made some pronunciations that he's stuck with, and it's come to fruition or is lived up to what he said. But then most recently, he said to the Liberian people that the CPP would go on to win 2023 election. Can you confirm or deny here that with or without the United Party, the CPP will win the election 2023?
No. Steve, the most recent development in our political system can confirm that to you. In the last elections, the Unity Party won Lofa County hands down. With the most recent event and activity in Lofa County, Unity Party not going to win Lofa County hands down. As a matter of fact, CDC that are now going to invest heavily in Lofa County. The other counties around, they also being looked at heavily by the collaborating political party. While we also venture into Lofa now to make sure that we take some of the support that are available for our grab. So we will win this election. First thing I want to confirm to you that CPP will go with President Weah to the second round. I can confirm that to you. Given what we are developing, given the strategy that we are putting, no, still I told you, say election is not just about euphoria, it's not just about, oh, I used to be there before, or I am the oldest state man. If it were because those things, then Bernie Samoka who have lost and Galama Kotuma who have won, it would have been the reverse. Because it means that the old state man, when it was about CPP, when it was about the collective effort of the euphoria, the popularity, the morale, the money, the momentum, the strategy, the organization of the entire stuff, when it was about it, you saw that we won hands down in Lofa County. When it came to tradition, uncle, old state men, or knowledgeable men about the government, you saw that Unity Party lost. CPP will win this election because we will not act like others. We will go out and campaign. We will not depend on name brand. We will not depend on the fact that Mr. Cummings was being persecuted and his name now has taken over Liberia and everybody knowing he's a famous guy. We're not depending on that fact. Every day as we are speaking, we are moving in the trenches. We are going to community. We are engaging strategically. We are putting in better organization. Of course, you know that we manage Mossorado County 2 times. So we understand everything that's supposed to happen, starting from campaigning to pool washing and delivering results. We are employing all of those strategies to make sure that we will. The first thing I want to assure you is that we're going to go second round. And Steve, by the time we hit second round, then it is the presidency that we have already.
Okay. By the time we hit second round, then it is the presidency that we have already. Well, I want to pivot from the CPP to go into the Liberty Party. On the 28th of June, which is almost about six days ago, you, Martin Kollah, you were in the Supreme Court, or your name was mentioned in the Supreme Court release. Let me just read that caption really quick here. Justice Yo denies Kanga's petition to the Supreme Court for a rate of probation against Bilede, Kollah, and National Elections Commission. So, quickly, after you guys went to the court, the Supreme Court, one of the justices ordered that you put in a amendment or whatever it is, and you guys went to the Supreme Court's library, and it's on record that Friday that you guys did it, shook hands. All the oppositions seemed very happy because it was like CDC divided candidates, so everybody was happy that day. Everybody won. United Party won. ANC won, so all the opposition were happy that Friday. I remember it was on a Friday that day, and everybody said, "Oh, the opposition won." It seemed like the Liberty Party was coming back together, and there was this big old peace thing that was talked about. But out of a sudden, on the 28th, let me read this very first part really quick to you, and maybe you can explain to the Liberty people briefly what's going on, what happened, and what's the way forward. In a conference held today, June 28th, 2022, this is a quotation. In chambers of Justice Yo, the petition for prohibition by members and former officials of the Liberty Party, Senator Yombi Kanga Lawrence, Senator Steve Zago, and Mr. Jacob Smith against Chairman Liberty Party Chairman Musa Hassan Biladi, Secretary General Martin Kollah, and National Elections Commission was denied. Martin, what really happened? We thought you guys had peace. We thought everything was okay. The public was ready to see a unified Liberty Party. What's going on again?
Well, Steve, that's the continuation of the peace process. Yeah, I mean, that's a continuation of the peace process. Look, not because we are resolving issue through reconciliation. Remember now, the Supreme Court Justice in Chima then, Justice Kollah, took on an initiative to intervene into the Liberty Party case and not to allow a hearing.
Right.
That intervention went so well so far until we got stuck at the point of the signing of the Constitution for submission to NEC. We were insisting that there was no precedent and there was no law that allows the political leader to sign the Liberty Party Constitution, except for the secretary and the vice chairman. That had been the precedent, and that is the law. So we were at that point. We have all cooled off in the Liberty Party, and then Justice Senayo came in, and she made this case hanging. So there was not much issue again, except for that issue, as I'm explaining to you. We have started engaging one another, calling one another, talking to one another, and then that issue remains. So when Justice Yo came, she thought to clear her debts. So that's why I said it is part of the peace, the ongoing peace process. So she called us to a conference and she asked all the parties to summarize as she has just taken over, even though she had been briefed by the then Justice in Chima, Justice Kollah.
No, Martin,
she asked all of the.
Martin, I don't normally interrupt my guests, but I want to interrupt you here on this. Please give me a minute to push back. I'm not sure if you're trying to be politically correct here to the library, but we need clarity and context here. Considering in the judge's ruling here, she referred to Senator Yombi Kanga Lawrence, Chairman Stephen Zago, and Jacob Smith as former Liberty Party members. It is on record. What do you say about that?
So, Steve, I said that is part of the peace process. Listen, Steve, remember now, there exists an impersonation case at the NEC for Jacob Smith and some other officials who were impersonating as chairman and as secretary general, Jacob Smith and Steve Zago, and was being recognized by this then political leader, and was being recognized. So what the Supreme Court essentially said to resolve that matter in a process of reconciliation, that no, you guys are former, there you go.
Somebody keep calling.
Yeah, somebody.
interrupting. I beg you, people, clarify that thing for. I beg you. Yeah, because I see what that the yo-yo part. We want to know what's going on.
So like I was saying, so what the Justice Inchima did was to say, look, in the wake of all of this, those who are impersonating should start doing it. That's what she was saying essentially. That you are former officials, you are not secretary and what chairman. Remember, Justice Wodokodi hinged her conclusion for reconciliation on the Farmington Agreement. And the Farmington Agreement came after the Bangas Convention that elected Chairman Bility and I.
Right.
She had essentially and legally recognized the Banga Special National Convention that brought us into leadership. So she recognized us. So Senator Younde made it very explicit on the record to say, look, you people, Chairman Zago, don't call yourself chairman again because you are being impersonating. You had the right to contest in Banga and you didn't. Jacob Smith, you are not the Secretary General of the Liberty Party. It is Martin Kollah now. So she referred to them in her communication as former leaders of the Liberty Party, which is fair, which is very fair.
But how did Senator Yomlika Lawrence got into that? We understand, the public knows because it's public knowledge that hey, these two guys might have been impersonating. However, Senator Yomlika Lawrence was included into that formal titleship. Does that insinuate that the expulsion of Senator Yomlika Lawrence was also considered by this justice? We need clarity and context into this thing here, please.
So if the justice says that every decision that Liberty Party have taken and that NEC have upheld, the Supreme Court don't see anything wrong with it, what do you think?
Well, then you tell us because we want to know the public.
Of course, we took decisions. The party took decisions. Look, but listen, all the decisions that we took, all the things that happened along the way, we are in your conciliatory mood. I know you want clarification. I know you want I'm not interested in what throwing back now. But what the justice essentially said, that was written in black and white, is that decisions that we are taking at the level of our leadership are recognizable, are within the confines of the law, and they will be upheld as long as NEC recognize our authority under the framework of the law. The rest that we are doing now is reconciliation, where we are saying, look, even though this happened, but let's talk, let's do this one. Today, if you listen to even Chairman Bility on Freedom FM, we are saying, look, even if Mr. Cummings take Senator Yomlika Lawrence, I think they generally asking that question. That if Mr. Cummings takes somebody from the Liberty Party, take your political, he say you don't have problem with it, and that's true. We don't have problem because Senator Kanga stay with me a partisan of the Liberty Party, and we are in a reconciliatory movement. So we are engaging with our brothers, with our sisters on the other side to make sure that this thing works. What have happened clearly is that the law have recognized the fact that decisions that we have taken over time has been within the confines of the law. That justice has been said. The rest of it is something that we can sit and decide as one family of Liberty Party, which we are open to at the level of the Liberty Party. That's just the clarity I want to make. It is not because, yes, we took a decision to suspend, to expel, so we cannot reconsider if we are to sit on the table to reconcile. In reconciliation, there will be give and take. And so we are aware.
Thank you,
so we are considering that.
Thank you for providing that clarity. Mr. Kane, it's back to you.
Well, that was a very heated conversation, and I really enjoyed it. I was just sitting here smiling and enjoying, the back and forth. But I mean, Martin, I think you are doing great. So, you know, the question I wanted to ask Steve just asked that question lastly, because we know there's a serious competition going on. I don't know how far that competition will go right now. There was a serious competition as to who is going to be the vice presidential candidate for Joseph Nima Boakai when he decided to go separate way. The competition, I believe, supposed to be between Yombly and Benina Ure. And we have been told, we have been reliably informed that Boakai may not consider Yombly as running mate. I don't know how reliable is that information, but I believe it's reliable. Is that opening a room for Yombly to reconsider following JNB? Because the motive was to become vice president. And if that is not something that looks kind of feasible or probable, you think that will give her a room to say, you know what, since I'm not getting my way on the other side and I could possibly be vice president, and this will also unite my party, you think that will open up a room for Yombly?
Yeah, probably. Probably. Look, I'm not a part of a team that is working on the possibility of her becoming vice bearer. I'm not a part of that team. So I don't know where she really stands on her vice bearership. Some of us thought differently about her quest of becoming vice bearer. And I will speak to that briefly because that is part of the reason why we are where we are in Lofa today. And it's a very important point. Later on, I will have to take a minute or two to talk about lawmakers that benefited from the CPP and are playing laissez-faire attitude in terms of helping to unite the CPP. But yes, it could probably have an impact on the way she thought she could support Ambassador Boakai. If that is the case, if she is not being considered, and if what happened in Lofa is something that could scare her, she could probably be reconsidering right now a decision. It is possible, but like I said, I can't speak to that clearly because I'm not part of her team that is exploring for her to become vice president.
I understand that. So now, as it stands, is she stay the political leader, or per the decision you guys made, she's no longer a political leader, but there are conversations that could reinstate?
Yeah, look, simple. We are having a lot of conversation. We are having a lot of conversation, and
does that include conversation
and
with
Yombly
to be reconsidered as a political leader?
We're having conversation with all of our partisans, especially those who are around Senator Kanga. Yeah, so we're considering a lot of things in our conversation. We look, we have the honors of leadership on us to unite this party, Kanwa made, and that's the only way people will see. Some of us saw it from a perspective where when we work together, it will work well. More than one person in law and gospel. Interestingly, today, if you follow the team I show, Mo Adi said something that was very interesting today. So after the show, I reminded him, I said, so Mo, how the hell you people want for us to work on a political system that one person is the law and gospel, and you proud to sit on the radio to say that in your party, one person can take decision. It is the entire executive committee that can meet and then consult. There are a lot of consultation. How the hell in our own party, your road being officially to say, yo, well, we're only one person. What kind of People are you people. And then he started laughing. But you know, these are some of the things that affected the Liberty Party. I have said over and again that I will not be Secretary General and you go and take your decision behind my back and then come to me and expect me to get fired. It will not be this Martin Kollah as Secretary General.
Okay.
You know.
So
I'm hoping as we go along, we can have some of this conversation. And Senator Kanga, I mean, I just wish her happy birthday these few days. You know, she's a very fun person. So we told her happy birthday. You know, so I was telling Mo that your Leave Liberty Party issue allow us to work together the same way you people are working together in Unity Party, that you can take collective decision. You let us take our own collective decision. Our party is not just for 2 persons or for 1 person.
Okay. So okay, now we have 2 political parties that comprise of the CPP, the Unity Party, I mean the ANC and the Liberty Party. Okay, granted that you guys have endorsed Mr. Lieutenant Commish to be the standard bearer. If everything remains constant, definitely the vice presidency is going to have to come from the Liberty Party. You don't know what other party that may join the CPP before 2023. So given the current situation, Yomli is being seen with UP people, likewise Delon. And if they decide to stay with Boakai, and then given the opportunity to provide the vice chancellor bearer, and Musa Hassan Belete have told us on this platform that he's no longer interested in the vice presidential position or presidential position. Are we about to see Martin Kollah as vice presidential candidate? I'm looking at the leadership structure of okay, let's say hopefully you guys will reconcile, and Senator Yomli Kanga Lawrence is back as the standard bearer for the the political leader of ANC, of the Liberty Party. That will automatically open the door for her vice presidency within the CPP. But if
possible,
if she failed, if the negotiation within house of the Liberty Party fails, that means you guys have to look around and find somebody else. But a young man, eloquent, political strategist like Martin Kollah, why not?
No, Sekou, these things require a lot of things. I'm not saying I cannot be even president, but it's a combination of a lot of things. But this is the point I wanted to make, Sekou. If Senator Kanga come back through our reconciliatory process and we are moving on, it can be her or any other person in the Liberty Party. The Liberty Party have a lot of people, some of them in the diaspora, and they are good people. They are equally qualified to go on the ticket as vice standard bearer. So we wanted to give, in our new understanding, we are thinking about giving the standard bearers some leverage, and that leverage will go beyond just the Liberty Party. They may move to anybody of his choice as the Constitution providing the free will, so that we don't restrain him. So it could be somebody from the very ANC, it could be somebody from OSA of the CPP, or somebody that will bring value to the particular process. That's the new thinking of the new CPP. Somebody that will bring value to the process. Somebody who coming will be or part of the combination of all that is required to win. I just told you the money, the euphoria, the strategy, the organization. We need everything. So that vast standard bearer should be able to, bring in some of those things that are required to win. So yes, Seku, we in line with our national constitution, we don't want to limit the current standard bearer. We have that free will to pick. We'll be happy if he selects from the Liberty Party or partisan. And I think Senator Kanga should see this as an opportunity. I don't want to be vice president too now, at least for this term, or at least to talk about president. And I want to run for my representative seat, which I'll talk about last. But Senator Kanga can take advantage of this situation right now and come in and make sure that we have a better reconciliatory process, and so we can move our party on. It is time for us to move on.
So how viable, and what is the prospect of you succeeding in this reconciliatory process?
Look, we have been positioning ourselves, we have always positioned ourselves to be the one to take the lead in reconciliation. Remember when the late Councillor Bronson's daughter called for reconciliation in the Liberty Party and said and she said that it was the only way forward. We issue the party on our leadership issue a statement immediately and said, look, we are extending an audit branch to any and everybody on any side to come so that we can reconcile. The Liberty Party is the only party that we have. We did it. The other side did it. At that time, there was some assurance from one worker that they would be selected. And so all hell was breaking loose and thoughts were all in the air. At least today, we are all cooled up. We are facing reality now. And the Supreme Court have come up with a decision now. So everybody know where we are. We know one another's strengths and weaknesses now. So we all just need to cool up and come together as a party. This is the only way. We have 4 pillars, 4 pillars. Our first pillar is reconciliation. I always talk about that because that's the fundamental principle for which this party was built. It was built on the 4 arrows. The first is reconciliation. And we are holding it in high esteem. So it's an opportunity, like I said, especially for Senator Kanga, given that chairmanability has discontinued every interest in becoming vice standard bearer. It's an opportunity for all of us, or for anybody to come so that we all can find a way out and we can make our party one big party. The Liberty Party is the stronger party right now. Everybody have seen that we have better organization. We have a better fighting spirit, and we can raise the resources. So we are strong. I wish that they can come out. But Seku, I wanted to say something just before I forget. And I wish you give me just about 2 minutes. Very important. Look, some of the things that happen in Lofa were as a result of people who benefited, and I will not mix my words on this, who benefited from the CPP brand, playing careless attitude about the survivability of the CPP right now because they feel that they have some guarantee of job for some 9 years. Their families are good. They have, like I said, job guarantee. Their children go to good school. They fly plane at will. Look, for example, Prince Moy, Honorable Prince Moy, Senator Darius Dillon, Senator Yombi Kangas Lawrence, or Adoni Simeon Taylor, all of those people who benefited from this Honorable Senator Borcha segment, all of them who benefited from the CPP brand, they don't have time now. Seku, imagine in 2020, Darius Dillon going to election, or Senator Yombi Kangas Lauren going to election, or Senator Bocha Seme going to election and saying that you're the CPP, Ambassador Bocha, go your way, we go our way. Imagine Simeon Taylor, who when he was denied the CPP, the ticket to contest on CPP, and the guy from Grand Cayman that won, the shortest senator, I just forgetting one name. But imagine we going to election. This man was crying for the CPP ticket. This is the same man today saying that he's joining CDC because CDC will bring development. So most of them just wanted to use. Most of them, first of all, most of them know that the only way that you can win an election that the Liberian people have believed in now is through the CPP brand. Most of them believe that. Most of them know that the only way they could succeed to become senator was through the CPP. So they did everything. When there was leadership, when there were issues, they submitted themselves to the resolution process. Right now, they are not doing it, and they are causing split and division in the CPP. Let's say the prime way I'm hearing around about him wanting to become vice standard bearer. Why were you not talking about it when you were going to be senator? Why was Senator Yombi Kanga Lauren, who won just by the skin of the teeth in Grand Bassa County, was she not talking about vice standard bearership when she was going to be senator? Because she never wanted anything. They never wanted anything to disrupt the CPP because they know the only vehicle, the only instrument, the only organization that could defeat anybody at that time, it was the CPP. So they enjoy from the unity and they submitted themselves so that CPP can be united. If you ask the very people today, they are the one promoting the division in the CPP. Why would Prince Moïse come from today and say he want to be vice standard bearer? And we're hearing rumors around here.
Vice standard bearer for who now? For Joseph Boakai?
Of course. And we're hearing this kind of rumors. And they will be pushing United Party to leave the CPP. Why was saying the Kanga? After we all fought, and you won. Why will you come today instead of fighting to unite the two people that we already had issue with? Or you talking about becoming vice standard bearer? You see, these people could benefit, and I see people can be following them. Oh, you know, the people, they are good people. And the people that I would not follow Senator Dillon if he had knew at the time that we could not afford even one political party or the CPP to put on candidate. I remember we were begging Yeke not to contest. There were people in the CPP that wanted to run. We were begging them, we were begging and crying for CPP unity. Today, these senators who have benefited from the unity, from the coming together of the collaborating political party, I would have thought that they will be the one leading the effort to ensure that we go together, because this is truly the only vehicle that the Liberian people know.
So you think the defeat?
But frustratingly, yeah. So it also contributed there, you know, and because Senator Dillon and Borchers and the rest of them thought that when you go local country and you jog and you waving to white people and you be jogging, it means that you want to win. So they went there. Because probably some of them didn't know how to even won their own elections. We were here kidding ourselves day and night. I remember I took 4 months to put into place full washing structure and organization. 4 solid months. Seku. That's what we told. So somebody didn't know that when you go 1 week in one local thing, you are going to win election.
Yeah. So I want to ask you now, for all the egos and personal thing that people wanted that they have expressed, whether privately or openly, you think the defeat in Lofa County will kind of deflate some of those egos?
Yeah, no, Seku, I'm hoping so. I'm hoping that by now Senator Dillon or Senator Jado Borchers, Honorable Yeke Kollah, all of them realize now that, no, for us to promote anything that will bring division is not going to pay off for us. But like I said, except for some of us that are going to face election, these people that already get a 1 9-year job, they don't have time, Siku. They don't have time. I'm only hoping that it can reverse their senses, so that we come back, so that they come back to understand that look, this is the vehicle that we could win on, and this is the vehicle that CPP can win on. I am hoping so.
All right.
I'm hoping that after Lofa,
Yeah.
people will really say, look, let's try to put this thing together again. But I'm very disappointed in those lawmakers, I couldn't help it but to say it.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Let me quickly say this. Somebody just sent us $55 on the cash app for SKTV. We appreciate it. The person is here, but the person did not authorize me to call name of Steve, but this person, the person sent us $55 to contribute to SKTV. We really, really appreciate it. Thank you very, very much. And I think Steve said we should open a line, but maybe we're gonna have like 15 more minutes to be here. Hopefully, if we go over there, then that will be up to Steve. But something that I wanted to ask you.
Yeah, but Seku, keep it on your show, you will make more money.
No.
The people saying money.
Yeah, but we hear every day. If you're not sending it today, you can send it tomorrow or another day. But let me say this. This issue of the CPP, I'm going to ask you. You just gave a breaking news here today that we did not know. If the CPP, because one of the problems that people had with the CPP framework document, initial framework document, was you guys were somehow confined, in a bubble, within that somebody cannot benefit, somebody can be this, can be that if you are not a member of the constituent party within the CPP. Now that you are saying that the standard bearer will be left with the option to choose the vice standard bearer, even outside of the CPP arrangement. That is a big breaking news. And I believe many political actors who are following, who are listening, will develop some interest into the CPP this time around, because a lot of people didn't see their way. We have a lot of other parties. We have ACO. We have other party around that may be interested, but people want to know what is in there for them. But if the vice presidential position is available per the description, by the description of the standard bearer, I think that is a good idea that may be attractive to people that are on the fence, thinking about what's in it for them. That's a good thing. But then my question to you now, you say within a week or two, you might complete the CPP document. Is that document going to be available to the public as soon as it becomes available?
Yeah, I mean, Seku, as soon as you submit the document to one NEC, it's a public document.
Okay.
As soon as you submit it to one NEC, it's a public document. I mean, anybody can use the freedom of information out and go and get it. Even if they are refusing to give it to you.
And so again, I was concerned about your time, since it was supposed to be 2 hours and you came in like almost 1 hour late. So if you're comfortable being here, we don't mind being here a little more. But it's up to you.
Yeah, I mean, I can spend some more time.
Okay.
With you guys.
Yes.
Steve, you want me to pin the numbers?
Yes, Seku will pin the number, but I would have to run.
When?
Very soon.
No. You gotta take calls. You gotta take calls first.
Yeah, Mr. Kana, I have to text you. I have to text you where I have to go though.
Okay.
Yes, Mr. Kollah, I'm very sorry, but I would have to run. But let me ask you these two questions, and then maybe I can run away from you all here. you have talked about your ambition to run, and then also run a campaign for the CPP in 2023. I believe both incidences or situations will be coinciding.
All
Um,
right.
don't you think that's conflict of interest? And where will your priority be at this time?
So look, I am contesting in district number 6, Moswado County. Um, I have said to Mr. Cummings, who is the presumptive standard bearer already for the CPP, that look, we will give you all of our expertise, especially given what we know about Moswado County, which is the biggest county with the highest vote. We have managed the campaign here twice, so we understand. So I will give much of my time in the district, and I will serve on committees and do some work, but I cannot, for example, lead the campaign. I cannot manage a county, because that would be totally unfair to the operations of the campaign. So I think here I have understanding. My chairman, Chairman Musa Hassan Belete, also has, who will be playing some role in the campaign, and who is supposed to be the national chair of the CPP. You know, we also be contesting, may also be contesting soon. He has not finally reached a decision yet. Like he said this morning, that he is considering it. So there will be a couple of us that will be in our respective district, but guess what? In our respective district, we can pull the numbers together for our standard bearer. In fact, that would be more effective. So yes, so there will be identifying new people. So we're not going to conflict ourselves. I'm not going to add one person into different form. I'm only one person. So my expertise will be needed at campaign meetings. I will attend. I will make some 1 or 2 campaign trips with the standard bearer. I will not be totally in charge. I'll be playing some consultation role, probably some coordinating role, not necessarily in campaign operations.
Okay, let me ask you my last question for the day. You talked about the role of the diaspora in the winning of Senator Darius DeLong senatorial election, which he won very bigly in the history of the country.
Correct.
What do you think would be the role of diaspora Liberians, not only just restricting to financial resources, come 2023?
Look, again, until I ran Senator DeLong election, and maybe probably there are a lot of people like me at that time, or now, who have not worked with the diaspora in these kind of electoral processes, will not understand the power and the strength of the diaspora when it comes to electioneering in our country. But people in the diaspora can make any candidate to win an election in this country. I know that for a fact from what happened to Senator DeLong. Most of the $25,000 to $50,000 that are talking about that each district news, it came from people most of the people in the diaspora adopted a district. And say there was a guy, I remember he took care of District 16. He used to send 600, 800 every month. And those people were there managing their own money and doing their own campaign horse to horse. District 6, where I come from, we spent over $60,000 to $70,000 there. I personally engaged a lot of people, and we have over 200 persons in a fee in district number 6. We have over 200 persons that were giving $500 a day, at least for 6 weeks. So I know the power of the diaspora advancement. Apart from money, you can influence a lot of vote. Look, Sekou says over there, and Sekou says $100, $200 to his family every month. Sota is a whole Liberia family of about 20 persons or about 30 persons that are $100 going to. He sent $50 to the other entity that gave about 8 person living with her. He sent $50 to the other one or to the other uncle that gave about 9 person living. He said, even if you do it every 3 months, those people show a small thing coming. When the man tell them, when you're in vote, and you're in tell all your friends that were yours to vote for the person here, I will not say your money again. In fact, that is more than money, Steve. That was the power of the diaspora. And Emmanuel Yato, I have never seen any diaspora politician that understand the political operations of Liberia as if he is living here every day more than Emmanuel Yato. The man understands that I consulted with that man every single day for 2 years to get Senator Dillon elected and re-elected. I know what the diaspora can do. And he understands the diaspora also. So yes, Steve, you people can do a lot more than money. You people can direct the vote and decide. I can tell you, Senator Dillon got over 200,000 votes. More than 150,000 of that votes were directed by you people in the diaspora. Steve, you call people in Moswado. You call, what we did in the last 4 weeks was to get each member of the diaspora to adopt a polling center. Just by that person saying, I adopt the polling center, and my family people living around there, and their family people hearing that Sekou is the one paying for the polling center. Those family people were excited. They were passing around telling people, y'all go vote, and my brother paying for that center. And my brother feeling they were poor washer there. No, you people can influence and direct and sway the voters because of your leverage that you have in or remitting resources to our people back home here, which is more important than even the money that you can send, because it is the vote that we need to win the elections.
Well, I'll just top it up with another question, a follow-up question here. But before I top it up, I want to make a statement. That's why when some of us who are not here to brag or take any credit, but when some of us who stayed up making calls all nights to influence people to vote for Senator Darius Dillon, and he signs a bill that said nobody in the diaspora can get a town chief job. When we get pissed off, we have rights to get pissed off. We do. We have all rights. And his supporters, people that are supporting that think that they love him more than us, they take attitude with it, they take it personal. That's okay. But we have rights to be disappointed. But I want to follow up with this last question because you've talked about the importance of resources within an election, whether it's general elections, whether it's just county elections or local elections, however you want to term it as. You talked about the importance of resources. Given all we've heard about the United Party and we've learned from Lofa, quote unquote, even the candidate, some people say honor himself by eating some of the pool wash of money. We're not sure how far.
When you say we should open the line, people call and they're on hold. So we don't want to keep them on hold perpetually.
Yes. So my question to you now is, do you think, how are you guys going to raise this money in the CPP, the resources for the 2023 election? What are your plans?
So look, for me, again, I know that that we will try to speak to the consciences of our people to make sure that the people themselves participate in the fundraising that we did for Senator Dillon. Like I said, with the experience that we have, we're going to bring some of these things in the picture so that our people take responsibilities of their districts. And so we're going to work with folks in the diaspora. We're going to work with our local people here to make sure that we raise some funds locally here. I've seen that the ANC Global, along with Mr. Cummings, have started some fundraising already. So these are the kind of steps gradually along the way. The campaign will require a lot of money. So you may not have the money just coming at once. So gradually, this is why we have started fundraising early. So hopefully that we get the whole ANC, the whole CPP thing, consummated as fast as we can before the 15th of July or so. And then we set up a fundraising committee. So there will be a fundraising committee that will be set up to identify sources of our funding. But I just told you that some of us will be bringing some of our experiences into the picture so that we use our local people to raise funds and fund their own activity locally while we look for big funding to support pool washing and some other big rallies.
Thank you. Sekou, back to you. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Steve. Thank you very much. So, Mr. SG, I want you to take a pen and paper because we're going to take a few calls at a time. Then you can respond to it. We don't want to like one call at a time. So let's take the first caller here. Caller, what is your name and where you're calling from? The last 4 digits, 2338.
Yeah, my name is Gossos P. Flomo. And just want to say something quick before I ask my question. I think Martin says something that is very profound, and I never heard this before. I think intimidating people and bribing them to vote for your candidate is wrong. It's like any candidate, for example, like Erin Snow, telling people, go to the ballot box, vote for me, take a picture and bring it, I'll give you $20. And because he did that, he gave the money, he bribed and they voted for him, he won. I think it's wrong. He shouldn't be saying this publicly. It's a very wrong thing to do. And then he also said the only vehicle or the only organization that was fit enough to beat the CDC and beat any to beat any candidate was the CPP. I don't believe it because in Bible Saints did not represent the CPP and they beat the CPP. Samuel Johnson Bomb, they beat the CPP. Ben Fofana Magibi, they beat the CPP. Ide Bombe, where Nima County. I will go on and on. Gabriel Smith in Riverside County, Felicia Donkey in Grand Jida, Rose Listener in Grand Crew, Eric Gigo in Maryland. They all represent the CPP and they beat all of them.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, CPP won more seats than the CDC.
No, I'm not saying the CDC.
But he's speaking of defeating the CDC. He's not defeating anybody else, but the CPP.
I just want to let him know because other people want to call him. I just wanted to let him know that the local country, if they had been the CPP, they would have still flogged them because you know why? Every politics is local. It has nothing to do with CPP. The only time I actually saw that argument turn to fruition, maybe Darius DeLong, but not the rest of it. They beat about 9 CPP candidates in 2020 for being Henry Laws. So how can you tell me CPP if you belong to CPP?
My man, I don't think CDC has anything to say about the CPP because every contest CPP was engaged in with the CDC, they flogged the CDC.
But I'm not saying CDC.
Yeah, but we're talking about CDC. Yeah, CDC is the one that in power.
No, maybe there was one election and the CDC were in. And they beat a CPP candidate. Some of the candidates.
CDC won? CDC won a CPP candidate?
Yes.
Where?
Oh, yeah, CDC won a CPP.
Where?
How do you call it?
Where? Zopena won as independent man. Zopena won as independent chief.
You ran as, okay, let's forget about the CDC. I'm not about CDC.
Hey, talk about that.
Anyway, no problem. You can ask your question before I take the next caller.
This is my question. My question is, he should not. Well, it was just a comment.
Okay.
He should not say that people using their money in America to intimidate and bribe their family.
He didn't say that. He didn't say that.
That was
to intimidate. Wait, he didn't say to intimidate. To
encourage
a family.
Of course, I said to influence them, to encourage them.
This encourages the electors to go to the polls and vote for him so that he can pay them $20. He encourages them. Is that not bribing?
And now Thomas Fowler is accused of doing the same thing in FOIA.
Of course.
Yeah. Thomas Fowler is accused now of doing the same thing that where they will tell people go vote and take a picture. You can't show me the picture. I give you the money. It's wrong.
It's also wrong. So
it's corruption.
Whether Eddie Snow does it, whether the CPP did it in 2020, it's wrong. When I say something,
No, that's true.
No,
But I don't think that's what he said they will do or they have done.
of course.
Well, that is wrong. That is wrong if that's what.
He said that was what it did in the
No, he didn't say that.
No.
No.
Anyway,
I was listening. Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
You didn't say that. Hold on, let's get this call. Yes, Kollah, what is your name and where you calling from? 313.
Hey, Sekou is Gwen. I'm calling from Michigan.
Hey.
I just want to make a statement. It is not wrong to encourage your family member and friends or suggest to them why you see there's good person or there's a good candidate for them to vote for. It happens in the Jewish caucus. They only support candidates that will support the state of Israel and support their cause. Same way with the National Rifle Association. They only support candidates that support gun rights in this country. And we are sending our money every month. We send sometimes even thousands of dollars. And we're telling our people we are tired of sending your money. We want for you guys to be in a position to be able to work for your own finances, send your children to school, take care of yourself, and be somebody for yourself. So we will try to tell them, just give them the reasons why we think this is the way they should go. And if they don't go in that way, it's up to them. They will have to face the consequences because elections have consequences. What they voted for is what they are now enjoying. And if they try us, if they go against what we want, we'll leave it up to them for them to go through the process again. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Let's take another caller here. We missed that call. Let's see here. Okay, so if you're just calling, somebody was just calling, the first DJ is 701. I was going to click over there. I missed the call, but you can keep your call coming in. Yeah, so Mr. SG, it looks like the people want to stay around because a lot of people stay here, and we'll take a few calls, but we need to go to those 2 calls first. Call us, then we can proceed.
Look, so again, I mean, thank God you clarify and then followed by the next caller that I did not say it intimidates their people. I was very clear that Steve has a definite question to say, what else can we do? I say you can influence the vote. That was the word I used. By directing your family to vote for the appropriate person because you send them money every month. Some people send money every week, and people are working themselves up in that country, and they may not be able to send money all of the time. They want a better Liberia that the people can earn money, and so it is good that you direct your white people. On the next thing about CPP as a brand winning, look, there was no brand. Since 2017, no brand have won in a majority like what CPP. If the caller want to deny that, well, fine. I mean, even right now, CDC is very afraid to put a candidate on their own party ticket, to use their own party logo. That's a fact. It's not something that we can deny. So,
thank you.
CPP won the majority.
I have 2 more calls here. So, a lot of people calling. Caller, the last 4 digits 5624. What is your name and where are you calling from?
Yeah, thank you. Okay, my name is Lawrence. I'm calling from Iowa.
Welcome, Lawrence. Go ahead.
Yeah, thank you. I've been hearing that this CPP will hold. CPP will hold, and the problem for CPP we know is its tenor-bearer position. Has it been settled? Because other guys are not willing to go through the democratic process. Through the democratic process, other guys are not willing to go through democracy. They feel it will not be in their favor. Yes, another thing I have to say is, my thing, you guys will not be doing these things. This CPP thing, if they will not hold your secret. Now to come here like people who be left at it, and then the government are still suffering them continue.
Thank you.
Now, the last thing, please, let me get in.
Okay, go ahead.
What was CPP position for the local, just ended local election? CPP did not give any statement. But I was left in a wilderness. and you're trying to bring Baga back on board. How would this be?
All right.
So you guys have to take note of all these things. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you. So let's go to the next caller here. Caller 701, last 4 DJ is 4658. What is your name and where you calling from?
Yo, thank you, Segu. This is Steady Lion Yakon, calling from Fargo, North Dakota.
Go ahead, sir.
Yes, I was listening, to the gentleman in the studio, to Martin Kollah. Martin Kollah have made some statements, denigrating statements towards the CDC, and he failed to realize that CDC is the only most responsible party in the nation. It's not a laptop. CDC saying that CDC afraid to use any or seditions or wrong, that's wrong. CDC is a grassroots party. We'll use the grassroots techniques because it's a party and the government of inclusion. So if we use whatever techniques, we know that any Liberian that we may use, whether independent, we know that at the end of the day, you're going to join CDC. So it doesn't matter whether we use, it's a political game. Politics is a matter of techniques.
All right, thank you.
Okay, Chief.
Okay, go ahead. I thought you're done. Go ahead. Go ahead.
When it comes to CPP is there. People that Martin Kollah and the other guy from Unity Party Secretary General, those guys being racketeers, trying to just make noise. The Liberian people don't want to hear without CPP noise. That is a dead big.
Thank you.
And you guys need to come to CDC. Is a mother party who will open arms to everybody. What happened in Lofa County? Europeans make such decision based on tangibles.
All right. My brother, thank you. We got to leave it there. Thank you very much. We got to call us. CDC, no. CDC is a responsible party, and the Liberian people are resonating with the CDC's factors. Yeah, that's true. But Martin Kollah is right. The fact that CDC is afraid to go under her own banner, I mean, that's telling. So let's take another call here, and then we'll go to the guest here. Caller, what is your name and where you calling from? 317.
Yeah, my name is Charles.
Charles, go ahead.
I just want to talk about how people complain.
Huh?
Look, politics,
you want to talk about what?
About the people who complain about not being paid, trying to tell your people to vote for it. What I think, if I send you money every month, if I support you in Liberia, I pay your school fee. And I think it's vote for this person because, look, we are getting tired in America here. We are getting old, we are getting tired. So we all see how people looking. Some people are getting all people to the job. Get to send money to Liberia to the people. Can they say now they're joking? I was listening to our lady this morning. I said everything they want talking is true. Our lady, she was on this morning. People are wearing off because they got to work 2-3 jobs just to send money. So our lazy people in Liberia there, just to get go vote. That's what they can do. You can't talk about it. Not fair, and you people, you in our family too. Okay, that's your business. You don't want to vote how I think to vote, not getting my money.
All right.
So, Seku, the other day I was counting from since I came in America 2000, I think it was 2011 I came to America. I've been counting how much money I've been sending to Africa to family, relatives, people who sick, people who got go to school in France. On check today, reading the past for the solid year, I have spent more than almost $40,000.
All right, my brother. We got to leave it there. We got to leave it. I want you to conclude, please. I got a lot of callers coming.
Check how much money you should have every month. Past 20 years of being in America, see how much you lost.
All right, my brother. Thank you. So let's take this caller here from Liberia. Then we'll go to Martin. Caller, what is your name and where are you calling from?
Okay, thank you very much. My name is Siddiq Kumar. I'm calling from Montreal County, District number 2.
Siddiq Kumar, Montreal County, District number 2. Go ahead, sir.
Okay, thank you very much, Sekou. I want to say thank you to your guest, Mr. Martin Kollah. I want to say thank you very much. But I want to ask you, Mr. SG. This morning I listened to
your voice went. We're not. Your voice is gone. We're not hearing you anymore. I think the connection is bad.
You're not seeing the Liberty Party.
So hold on. One second. We're not hearing you. So go back and start over. Start all over, please.
Hello? Yeah,
start all over. We did not hear you. Go ahead.
Hello?
Yes, you're live.
Hello?
Yes.
Yeah, you're hearing me now. Okay, thank you. I'm saying I listened to Chairman Benedict this morning on Freedom FM, and Chairman Benedict said they want to unite the Liberty Party. That is to bring Senator Kanga and that of Ibrahim Darusdino back to the party. But my question is this. I tried to call this morning, but my phone could not go to asking. If you guys bring those people back, will the endorsement of Mr. Comey be notified, or it will still stand? That's my question.
Thank you.
Okay.
All right. So I believe, Martin, you were taking notes. So I want you to
sure.
take your time to respond to the questions and the concerns raised by the callers.
Yeah. So the last question about Mr. Comey's endorsement, I just said that the Supreme Court have said that she agreed with the NEC. She upheld the NEC decisions that the NEC have taken in our party leadership crisis, and she also recognizes the Banga 2021 Constitution and all other decisions that came out of from Banga to Ganta and all other decisions that were taken. That what the Supreme Court decision meant, especially in black and white. So Mr. Comey's endorsement for support from the Liberty Party is still on course. Nothing has changed it. If the Supreme Court had ruled otherwise, it would have affected that particular endorsement. But the Supreme Court decision tells you that the people who took that decision are the ones that are in control of the party. And so, yes, Mr. Comey remains our preferred choice for the standard bearership of the CPP, which will be finalizing before the end of the year, hopefully sometime in October or November, when the CPP shall go to convention to elect its standard bearer formally. But that endorsement process stands. So, but it has nothing to do with the unification of the party. The Supreme Court have, through the legal process, recognized every and all decisions that have been taken. The reconciliatory part of it is the other part that we all have to work together, and do the rest of it, and what we are enjoying to what do. The other color that talk about is the CEC tactics. I mean, I don't understand what kind of tactic is that, Sekou. I don't understand what kind of tactic is that you'll be afraid to contest on your own party platform, to use your logo, to pin your logo behind an individual, and you call it political tactics. I don't understand. This is why I frown at individual like Johnson Gwegru, who contested on other political party tickets and then came back to say that they are joining CDC, Level Brian, or the most recent Simeon Taylor, who was denied the opportunity to contest on the CDC platform, even though he said most recently that he was a CDC and was going back home. But these people knew within themselves that to use the CDC as a party platform to contest on, the Liberian people will reject them. This tells you that the people of the bureau have rejected that logo that you call CDC. Everyone also, CDC is a ruling party. She has all the money, so she would prefer putting people on their. Why would Thomas Farah leave Mosuraro County, Jefferson Kochi, all of them leave Jangako, run to Lofa County, but could not find one of their government officials, Moses Kori, all of them run there, but now one of them could put herself on the party platform. Anytime CDC did it, they were flogged, they were whipped. So CDC said, okay, the Labrimpo, they are rejecting, and we are jokingly selling money that we are may contest as an independent candidate, people to our, but if it is getting serious to that point that CDC is now willing to put any candidate on their platform. I doubt whether they will easily put Georgia as their standard bearer. You know, and everybody sees, all the lawmakers, they are coming from political, other political party platform that they want, or they want as independent candidate, and the CDC goes after them. You know, I think it just speaks to the fact that the Liberian people have rejected them. And the CPP position.
And it also speaks to the lack of integrity on the part of those people who,
of course,
who doing that. I mean, they have no integrity, they have no moral.
Of course, because, you know, it's the same thing that I said, Sekou, about our lawmakers who benefited from the CPP brand and won. Senator Dillon, Senator Yombri Kanga Lawrence, Senator Bocha Simbe, Senator Prince Moy, all of them who won and who are today encouraging the division of the CPP. It also speaks to the same thing that you are talking about. If you know that this is the only thing that can make you to win, and when you win and you get your position and you don't have time for the other people's people, similarly, those who uses our platform or other political party platform go win an election and they say that they are going back home to our CDC. I mean, it is too shameful. It speaks to the lack of integrity. You know, it speaks to a lot of things about them. You know, and they will get rewarded later on by the Liberian people. But on the position, on our position on Lofa, our CPP position have been very clear that the Lofa election, as a matter of fact, we see it as illegal. We respect the Supreme Court or any court ruling or to deny anybody or any person. We respect that judgment, but it is our right to call it what we want to call it. So we call it illegal. We call it as something that was not in the best interest of the people of Lofa. We thought that the candidate who won was a CPP candidate, and there was nothing justifiable in our mind for him not to be senator by now. Our position has been and remain that Brendan Samoka should have been the senator, and we could only hope and pray that Unity Party will have joined us, since in fact they submitted Brendan Samoka to contest on a CPP ticket. We were thought that they would have joined us for us to stand our ground and insist that there will be no more elections for Lofa County. Unfortunately, they were the first to accept, they were the first to nominate Kennedy, and you know, it was just shameful. But somebody said,
oh, you're not done yet?
No.
To take the two last calls.
Okay, yeah, so back to your calls.
Okay, let's take the two last calls. A caller, let's go here. Kollah, what is the last 4 digit? 2338. What is your name and where are you calling from?
Yeah, Sekou, I remember my question, and I really appreciate you bringing me back the second time, because you don't usually do this. I really appreciate it, because then I remember my question. And Sekou, this is my question, and please don't answer it for the guest. Let him answer himself.
No, I'm not going to answer.
If the CPP, that logo will win every election, especially against the CDC, can he answer this question? Then how come Tila Yue, that represented the CPP, lost against Abu Kamara in District 15, and Fubi Henrys, who represented the CPP, lost in District 9 to Fuku? That's my question. Thanks for having me.
All right, thank you. All right, let's take the last call from this other hand too. Last 4 DJ is 0297. What is your name and where are you calling from?
Hey, Sekou, how you doing, Richard? How are you?
I'm doing great. How are you?
start listening to Richard West cooking on your station tonight.
Okay. Go ahead. My Curtis. D Curtis.
Yeah, this is Mom Curtis. I want to let you possible. You're very smart.
Yeah, I can know your name when you call.
Yeah. You continue with this smartness here, your hair will grow back on your head.
So then my hair will not go on my head.
If you're not smart, you don't grow hair, but the way you continue.
Okay, my Curtis, 30 seconds. 30 seconds, go ahead.
I want to ask a little child where you go on your station.
Okay.
The CPP, what is going to be spoken about? I wish one of the CPP. Is there a new CPP or the same old CPP when I'm talking a long time ago? I want him to please tell me. If the same OPP was talking a long time ago, he talking about, I want him to tell me if like new CPP, I want him to tell me who are part of the new CPP. And if the new CPP, I want the child to know that name their power. Name their power. And I'm kind of name where you can take it and carry behind you if that name the negative connotation, it will carry negativity. If it get positive connotation, it will carry positive. So I need him to please answer that question with me.
All right, thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am. All right, that's the last call. We're not taking any more calls. I apologize. People are still calling, but we got to leave from here in the next 5 minutes. So you can answer those questions and then try to do at least within the next 3 minutes. So that way we can call it a day.
Correct, Sekou. Thank you. Look, let me answer my Oma. So CPP in a chakra. Some of the people in CPP, they just move from there. They say they don't want to be there. Those of us that stay there, we say, wow, we holding it together and we bring other people to come and join us. So in that chakra, a state living that is seeing CPP in that chakra. But we were 4 there. 2 persons say they don't want to be there. We say, okay, y'all go. The Supreme Court say, y'all lead the people, man, let the people go. We say, no, all we sign the paper, we say, all must stay inside it. Then the Supreme Court say, no, y'all lead the people, man, let the people go. And the Supreme Court had a big law court in the country, and when they say, we must go, we go. So we say, y'all go now. So they go. So 2 or other now, we say, we're making it even stronger. So we're calling for more party now to come join on. So we're not chakra here. So that they see CPP and our true need get power. They CPP near when we brought it, the power that it had, the plenty power that was there, that the power made us win plenty of the seat in 2020. That they want the CDC people see they was scared. So they came out, then they chakra it. But we're bringing it back together. So, but let me speak to my brother who came back and talked about Fubi and Watidia. Something is wrong. Look, listen. When you go to an election, you don't win everywhere. You don't win every district. I am saying, and he is aware, that any CDC cannot stand the CPP when it comes to contestation. We had 20 seats during the special senatorial election. Where the CDC win? 0. CPP won 6 of the seats. And the other seat fell to independent candidate and any other political party. No single organization won more of the seat more than CPP. How can we not justifiably say that the CPP brand has overtaken the workplace? That's what we meant. We are not saying that at every point in time or CPP going to win. No. What we are saying is that collectively on the overall, if CPP go against CDC, we will win because we will win majority of the places that we won in 2020. That is the single message that we are giving.
Let's leave it there. Please just 30 seconds, give us your closing.
No, Sekou, thank you for having me. The next time, I will, if I'm on this radio, I would like to talk more about my district, about some of the things that I am doing there. I'm looking for donation towards my process in Mosurado County in district number 6. I'm doing a lot there. I have 2 high schools in our district. I run the biggest technical school in the district there. I'm recruiting over 500 youth right now in the district to do computer at my technical school free of charge. I have over 300 students currently in the technical school doing electricity, plumbing, and other stuff. And that technical school started since 2015. So we're doing a lot there. And we helping kids going to the 2 academic schools. We are currently over 800 students in the 2 schools. We have increased our capacity. So we're doing a lot. The next time, if I come, I will want an opportunity that we can ask people to support us, support our effort. We want to enter the legislature there to make a change. We have demonstrated integrity in this country. We were able to manage a campaign 2 times in Moscow County and defeated the Almighty CDC. You know, so people can count on us that if we go over there, we will demonstrate integrity to the best of our ability.
Thank you very, very much. So let me get this clear. Is your name Kollah or Kollah?
Kollah.
Kollah, right? Okay, somebody say
Kollah.
Kollah. I would say Kollah.
No, Kollah. It's
right,
Kollah.
Yeah, but some people spell their Kollah as K-U.
Yeah.
L-A, and but yours is K-O.
K-O. So it's Kollah.
Yeah, K-L-L-A-H.
A-H. Yeah, Kollah.
We got it. Thank you very much, Secretary General Martin Kollah. We appreciate your time. We'll see you again. Then next time you come in here, I want to talk about your candidacy and fundraiser, whatever.
Correct.
You got to discuss that with Steve, and then we'll be more than willing to bring you on. Okay.
Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you very much, folks. There you have it. We will have to leave it there for today. Every good thing must come to an end. We extended this time up to 3 hours simply because we wanted to accommodate the guest because he came in a little bit late. And wanted to make sure that we take all of the calls. And those of you who called but could not get through, we appreciate your call. We appreciate your call, but we also apologize that we could not get all the calls in. Thank you very much. We'll see you here on today's Monday. We'll see you on Thursday. And we're going to have another very important show on Thursday. Bye for now. Be blessed. We love you as always.